stole somebody else's wave to fly up. And if I rose up with the avenue behind me, some kind of verb, some kind of moving thing, something unseen, some hand is motioning to rise, to rise, to rise. Back, someone's cut clean. You gotta take the elevator through the mezzanine. Change in the sun, super bon bon, super bon bon, super bon bon. Back, someone's cut clean. You gotta take the elevator through the mezzanine. Change in the sun, super bon bon, super bon bon, super bon bon.
So I know are bad. Close my eyes and I count to 10. Hope it's over when I open them. I want the things that I had before, like a Star Wars spectrum on my bedroom door. I wish I could count to 10. Make everything be wonderful again. I hold my mom and I hold my dad. We'll figure out why they get so mad. Hear them scream, I hear them fight. They say bad words that make me wanna cry. Close my eyes when I go to bed and I dream of angels who make me smile. I feel better when I hear them say everything will be wonderful someday. Promises mean everything when you're little and the world's so big. I just don't understand how you can smile with all those tears in your eyes when you tell me everything is wonderful now. I don't wanna hear you tell me everything is wonderful now. I don't wanna hear you tell me everything is wonderful now.
Yes, y'all, make it don't stop. To the beat, y'all, make it don't stop. Yes, y'all, make it don't stop. A 1, 2, y'all, make it don't stop. Yes, y'all, make it don't stop. To the beat, y'all, make it don't stop.
Enough is enough! I have had it!
Why so serious?
And we hold the world ransom for
Wayne Gandy.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Broadcasting live from the Armada FM studios in Atlanta, Georgia. This is the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
You may build me up, yeah. Can you build me up, yeah? You won't break me down. I've come so far, yeah. I've come so far, yeah. So just throw in the towel. It's a new day, I'ma do it. Yeah, I'm gonna go all the way. You may build me up. Call me.
Welcome. It is Monday. It is 9 a.m. You're listening to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. We have an all-male review today for you. I will be playing the part of Earthquake. That's how I come in, like an earthquake. Big Kenny will be playing the part of a thief in the night. Because that's how he comes to get it, like a thief in the night. We already got our very well-versed strip club DJ. I mean, he goes back to the first. No, we weren't at the first Pink Pony. Yes, and then we have our other producer. He is born and raised in the A, so you know, like Pac-Man Jones, he liked to make it rain. But good morning to you. It's a little rainy, but the weather in this part of the country, we're in Atlanta, Georgia, has been terrific. If you can't love 70 degrees mid-December, you don't know what love really is. You think it's something else. Love is shorts in December. Wherever you at, that's a form of love. You can still pull out your shorts. Some of you I know a couple of months ago, or a couple of weeks ago, probably packed your stings in. But if you were like me, you pulled out the fastest pair of shorts you can. Get a little more sun on your legs. But we are here, NFL, no, I ain't gonna lie to you. Yesterday was terrible. It was some terrible, terrible. I got to get like Charles Barkley. Terrible. They was some games. We're going to talk about that as usual in the 10 o'clock hour. We have a golf children's book writer, Leonard. Is that it? Leonard, not Leonard. Leonard James coming on. He writes children's golf books, and I have to ask him when he gets here because I'm thinking that if you can understand a golf book and you're a child, scholarship is in your future. some Ivy League. If you're understanding a golf children's book, I don't know if it's Cat in the Hat and bring your clubs or something. I don't know what it is, but we will find out. And hopefully it's in a hardback copy, where a kid can really, really have to dedicate themselves. Because, that computer reading stuff just is not like the old school having to get you a bookmark and save the page kind of thing, the library card. Y'all missed an experience. If you never lived long enough to have to go check a book out of the library and your paper is due on Wednesday, and the librarian tells you that the book that you're looking for is due back Tuesday, and you already see that Big Kenny got the book out, you already know it will not be back Tuesday. It get back after he remembers he had the book. He was a thief in the night. That's why that's his stage name. Who knows? This Big Kenny. I'm quite sure when I let him talk, he's going to talk about how the room gets dark when he whip it out and stuff like that. I know he got one of them coming up. It's going to be very creative. I hope I didn't steal his thunder, but I am Earthquake. See, I'm working it this morning. Nobody's on the page with me, huh? I am Earthquake, Thunder. It'll come to you. You're just waking up. It's Christmas season. You've been in a lot of traffic. You're waking up, having your coffee. But we are here. We are live, and we will be here until the noon hour. I need to get this in because I know once we get rolling, it's going to get out of control. White Power. They're having a White Power rally in April. Now, see, you thought the Sports Joc, if I went to work this morning, this is where we would have started. See, I bring you how we talk in the locker room. When I walked in the door, I would have saw like 4 or 5 of my great friends, but they would be white at a table. I would have went over and got me about 8 pieces of bacon and 2 pieces of sausage, because, just a mixture of pork on my plate. No sides of egg or none of that, just a whole plate of meat. And I would have went over, grabbed the seat by them, and asked them, had they went online, to register for this White Power rally. April 26th, the White Power rally. It's in reaction to Black Lives Matter. This is their whole idea of getting together. Because of Black Lives Matter, they have decided to have a White Power rally in April. It will be at Stone Mountain. You can go on Facebook and register. Bill Roper, a known racist, long time, he says, is promoting it. And you can get in on all the fun. I don't know what they will be doing for fun. I hope it's not live black pianos of what is it? Pinatas. I hope it's not that. But I'm thinking maybe I just, I can't go with this crew because only Big Kenny gonna have his pistol. Massengill gonna finally show his true colors and turn sides when we get there, and the mediocre producer is gonna run. So I just be there by myself. Trying to get my Jet Li on, and But remember that when April comes around, the spring will be in the air. It is White Power, and that is the title of it. You can go on Facebook and look up White Power. Billy Roper is organizing it. Just thought I would bring that to you this morning because that's what I would have started today, especially if we had won yesterday, whatever team I'm on. This would have been a great morning while we're lifting weights conversation right there. But we are here. The funny man himself, Chicago's finest. If you go watch Chirac, you will see him. He had a cameo. He is the first guy that got killed.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the microphone, he's ready to grab them goodies. He's going to pilfer that poom poom. He's going to snatch that snatch. Give it up for Thief in the Night. Yeah, baby, Thief in the Night in the house. All men's male review. Well, I guess it would be a male review if it were all men. So let's not dismiss with the facts.
Man.
Good morning, Sports Joc.
Good morning
How are you,
to you,
sir?
Big Kenny.
I'm wonderful. I'm so looking forward to meeting this gentleman who wrote the children's golf book because you're saying if a child can understand and read a golf book, then you're seeing scholarship in his future. I see bullying in his future. oh my God, look at this really swell golf book. Mom, it's a really swell golf book over here. I want to take this to the party. And everybody's like, shut up, nerd. Smack. So, yeah, maybe we just see things differently, though. That's the beauty of our perspective.
Well, that goes along, the nerd and the college scholarship.
Yeah, exactly.
The Ivy League kind of goes together.
He'll make $1 billion his first year out of Harvard. But he'll be a virgin doing it.
Well, good morning to you, Vic Kenny, and I do like your that song you came into. That is a traditional. I'm about to take my clothes off.
Yeah.
What is that? A trumpet? What is it? A trumpet and a trombone.
What is the name of that song?
It's
the stripper. Okay, because there are lots of songs that we hear all of the time, but we never, like in the circus, there's that yen, dun, 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 dun. I didn't know that the name of that song was the March of the Elephants, and so
how would Fetty Wap remix the stripper?
Hey. That's all he would do every time you'd hit the horn. He'd go, hey, yeah, baby.
Fetty Wap remix of the stripper.
Make you strip, baby.
And the stripper is written or played by David Rose. So go out and, well, not go out. And now I sound so old when I say go out.
When was that song made?
iTunes, the stripper, because I'm saying going out. Because that's how I buy my CDs. I go.
Wait. What is this you speak of, these CDs? Are these cash deposits? Are we talking finance? Are we at the financial part of the show?
Every Tuesday, go up to Best Buy and get your CDs. That's
wait,
cheapest.
Best Buy. Oh yeah, where we get all of our streaming equipment from? Okay, yeah, that's and we've got to. Hey, can we get one of the interns to research this CD thing? Research CDs and bell bottoms.
At least I caught myself because I realized I said go out and get, but that's not really how most of you get your music anymore. No. Just pull up your phone and go to iTunes for you non-hackers and pay the 99 cents for David Rose, the stripper, and we're going to see if we can get Fetty Wap to do a remix later in the year. Fetty Wap, number one artist in 2015.
Wow.
Fetty Wap. Can't see, can't drive, but he can. Hey, baby. We'll be back. More of the Sports Joc Show. The quietest Heisman presentation ever. Did anybody know the Heisman happened this weekend? We'll be back right after this with more of the Sports Joc Show.
Listen and watch the Sports Joc Show anywhere at thesportsjoc.com or search the Sports JOC on YouTube.
You're so annoying.
You're so annoying.
Stop copying me.
Stop copying me.
Mom, tell her to stop copying me.
Mom, tell her to stop talking to me.
Kids will spend 10 minutes copying everything their sibling says.
You're such a
You're
doofus.
such a doofus.
How about 2 minutes to brush their teeth? Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Mom!
A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
Here, behind the fence.
The bike?
If you're a single man under the age of 35, you'd probably like to know what the ladies are looking for on an online dating site. A guy who had a few drinks and later got pulled over for buzzed driving. See, that could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And doesn't a guy who's back living with his parents but calls them my roommates just scream Mr. Right?
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
As a young teenage boy, I didn't even know what autism was. How do you even spell that? A few years later, I heard that a friend's cousin's son had been diagnosed with autism.
I still wasn't sure what that really meant.
When I went to college, my roommate's brother had autism. When I moved to the city for work, my best friend called me and told me his son had been diagnosed with autism. We were both in shock. I still remember the day I walked into the house and saw that look on my wife's face. I knew something was wrong. I'll never forget how I felt when she said, "Our son has autism."
Autism is getting closer to home. Today, 1 in 68 children is diagnosed with autism. That's about a 30% increase in 2 years. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. Before we talk about this year's Heisman winner, as I said, if you caught me before going to break, the quietest Heisman Trophy winner and presentation. A lot of people didn't even realize the Heisman happened this weekend. And as you know, the Sports Joc still gets the newspaper. Even in the newspaper, the Heisman information was on page 4. Something that usually dominates the front page of the sports is falling that far back. But before we talk about the winner and the losers of that, earlier this year, back on June 20th, maybe 25th or something like that, down at Florida State, DeAndre Johnson, the 19-year-old Big Kenny, if you remember this, if you're looking at the Sports Joc page, this punch at a bar, he swung and hit a girl. He comes in with the hat on, right there, they're getting a shoving match. She takes a swing at him. If I remember this video correctly, he moved quickly and then gave her the quick right. He was released from Florida State, the quarterback. He received 10 days.
Did you see the pitcher fly off? I missed that the first time we watched this video. The pitcher in the background flies off of the counter. Bam. he dislodges furniture and all kind of drinkware.
He was dismissed from the Florida State football team.
That was a shockwave.
He enrolled in East Mississippi Community College.
Whoa.
He has received 10 days in jail. That is what, and $1,000 in fines. That is his sentence. For some of us, we believe that he wasn't really guilty of anything once the young lady actually took a swing at him. A lot of people, that's why this case kind of got a little news, but people were kind of like, hey, she swung first, he just reacted. And I feel like you see that in the sentencing, 10 days. If they had felt like he was really guilty, especially with that blatant, they would have gave him a good 6 months or something, I figure. From what I have read, the young lady in the video hasn't received anything, but that will
but
be
an attitude adjustment. She got that. She got a lifelong lesson to keep your mouth shut and know how to hold your liquor. I bet she know that. She might not ever do a day in jail, but she'll have a lifetime of remember that. She's sentenced to remembering that all her life. And if she got friends like mine, she's sentenced to a lifetime of, hey, remember that time in the bar.
And eventually,
when you was talking all that trash and dude punch you in your mouth.
Eventually, this is going to come up in kindergarten too.
Yeah,
you just know. Y'all said stay in the cloud forever, right? It's in the cloud, so one day somebody gonna show her.
You see. You see how everybody get that squint in their eye when you start mentioning technical stuff? They go, is he going to get it right? He said, stay in the cloud forever. And everybody start looking at each other like he's throwing out technical references again. He's using technical references again. But you know it's going to come up. Hey, your mom's the lady that got punched in the mouth, right? Just like
her. And the best would just probably be her kids going to school with DeAndre. Kids, it would be just classic now.
And I think it still smacks of super unfair that he got smacks. He got 10 days in jail because like going to East Mississippi College ain't enough punishment from Florida. You know what I mean? You were playing at Florida for the Gators, and now you're at East Mississippi. Is it a community college or
yes,
is it
community college?
And what is their mascot? The
fighting.
The despondents. They just everybody here is just really sad. What do they do there?
Man, the Heisman Trophy winner, Mr. Derrick Henry, running back from Alabama. Let's get Derrick some applause.
Do we have crickets instead of applause? Because I swear, I swear, I heard one mention of the Heisman Trophy ceremony the week before, and then it just fell completely off the radar. Nobody was talking about it, and I'm a pretty social dude, and nobody was talking about it.
And you really only heard about it, I would say, Big Kenny, when the running back from LSU was kind of chasing it. Those first 6-7 games he had, Leonard Fournette, everybody was mentioning Heisman. Nobody else really knew who was in the race. And this season, Derrick Henry, the running back from Alabama, ran for an SEC record, 1,986 yards. Coming in second was Stanford's running back Christian McCaffrey. I think Christian, his dad used to play receiver in the NFL. And runner-up, was Clemson's quarterback, Deshaun Watson. Remember, Clemson went undefeated in the regular season. Clemson will be playing Oklahoma in one of the playoff games. Alabama will be playing Michigan State in the other game. So both of these teams, both of these teams, and that'll be poetic. Alabama playing Clemson for it all. Two Heisman, one winner, and the third runner-up going against each other to prove who is best. My thing about this, and I'll keep saying it, I've never really seen a Heisman candidate selected so quietly. It's usually a name that people who don't even follow sports remember. Tim Tebow, the Bo Jacksons, those kind of names. I don't know if you could pick Derrick Henry out of a group of 3 people. For most people, I don't think that he has that kind of luster, but he is the second running back at Alabama to win it in recent years, following Mark Ingram, who held this trophy 4 years ago. maybe 5. I think it was the year after Cam Newton won it. I think Ingram, who plays for the Saints now, the running back for the Saints. He's out for the year too. I think he broke his ankle or something this past weekend.
Do you think that a lot of why we don't hear so much about the Heisman Trophy ceremony and it's not hyped as much is because now they're hyping this playoff system? That's the priority now.
Yes.
Is to make sure that people tune into this, they buy into that. And so because of that we want to keep the red hot spotlight on that.
Yes.
And so now everything, Heisman Trophy's still cool to win, but it used to be almost equivalent to the Wheaties box. You know what I'm saying? In terms of its prestige, but now.
And with the visibility of so many channels and so many games, you don't have to necessarily show America the candidates. They're already being seen because there's so many games and so many networks. When it used to be, you might only get to see a certain player play once a year.
Right.
So I got to actually do this hype campaign to get everybody to pay notice. Now I don't have to do that because we're on television.
Because we have ESPNH, ESPN's all Heisman coverage channel. Heisman coverage 24 hours a day. Who's won it? Who will win it? Who was Heisman? Learn now on the ESPH.
That is definitely true. But congratulations to you, Derrick Henry, and good luck in the playoff system this year. One other story before we go to break. Former head coach of USC, Steve Sarkisian, is suing USC for breach of contract.
That I knew it was something that I had forgotten to speak on.
He says that the school basically discriminated against him, and that he has a disability. His disability is alcoholism. I don't know. I'm just reading the report to you. He says that he's being discriminated against because he has a disability. His disability is alcoholism, and he says that his job stress and his wife filing for divorce is what contributed to his alcoholism. So, Big Kenny, does Steve Sarkisian have a case?
Look, man, I understand the stress of a job. I understand that stress and how that could be a disability because I got a disability too.
Well, maybe I should ask you this. Did you know that alcoholism was a disability? I didn't know that fell under disabilities.
No, I didn't either, but you can bet Human Resources is about to get an email from me. They sure about to get an email from me. Look, I'm going to need some paid vacation time to handle my alcoholism because it's a legitimate disability right now. I shouldn't even be sitting upright. I should have like a couch where I can lay down and drink beer.
He says that he should have been allowed to seek treatment.
There it is. Y'all should let me.
Before firing, that he should have been given a chance to check into rehab and get himself together and not be fired because he was an alcoholic and his outbursts around the team. So we'll see how much money he wins.
I think this team is a great team, and I just what? Your mama's ugly. That's what's wrong. Your mama's ugly. What? I'm fired. Why y'all acting all sensitive and everything? I got a problem, man. I got a problem.
Some of y'all, somebody research and see does alcoholism fall under disabilities?
In California, it is a disability. Yeah, the California legislative body passed a law that says alcoholism can be deemed a disability.
Is that before I get the job or during the time I get the
job? Look, you got all the legislators in California like, maybe we should have asked that question before we passed the law.
We'll be back with more of the Sports Joc Show right after this.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer. I want to be a warm fleece on a cold day. Football I want to be a bike that races around the country. I want to be a bench on a forest trail.
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Matt Kenseth. You don't have to be a race car driver to know that life can be full of drama. Some of it you can't control, like mechanical issues, high winds, and rain delays. But there's some drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org.
You just need to take that first step and find free classes near you and leave the drama for the racetrack.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ed Council.
Hey, what's up? Thinking about you. XOXOXO. Want to snuggle. ... JK. Hit me back. You getting these texts? ? We should hang later. I miss you. Holla at ya, boy. Holla back. Holla back. Holla back. Are you at home? Where are you? What are you doing? OMG. You are making me mad. Are you with your ex? You better text me back. I'm waiting outside your house.
Relentless, aggressive texting is like sending an angry robot to deliver your message. When does the robot become dangerous? Let us know at that'snotcool.com.
That'snotcool.com.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him going on to fascinate millions with his talent, 1 in 260,000. The odds of him having 15 career NASCAR victories, 1 in 1.7 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 68. I'm Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. We just talked about Mr. Derrick Henry of Alabama winning this year's Heisman, joining that prestigious club. As you may not know, the Sports Joc is definitely a person who really is not in support of the Heisman. I never have been. I don't think there should be a reward with so much prominence that only goes to basically two positions. If you ever watch the Heisman, it's either going to a quarterback or running back. And last time I checked, there's a lot of different positions on the field, and each position should get weighed for what its impact is in the game, and not just where you got to take Charles Woodson, a legendary cornerback, and make him return punts, make him play receiver, so you will help him win the Heisman. If he's just that great of a corner, then you should give the Heisman to him for being a great corner. But if you remember back at Michigan, when he went for the Heisman, they had to make an effort to make sure he ran a reverse or ran back a kick. So it was like, I can't just be a great corner. I got to do something else. And I just don't think the award through his history has ever given it but a couple of times outside of the position of quarterback and running back. So it's a great honor. It just should be open to all positions in college football. Last week I talked about the bowls. The one thing I did not do is, which I annually do, is help you out with your bowls. If you didn't know, it's in 2015.
Like that for me, man.
In 2015, 2016, there basically will be 40 bowl games. The Celebration Bowl, December the 19th. Today is the 13th, so that means in a couple of days, it is not deja vu, and you're not watching Instant Classic. It is an actual live football game Alcorn State will be taking on North Carolina A&T in Atlanta.
And if they hear you say Alcorn, they will freak.
Alcorn
State. Yeah. I was just in Mississippi, and it's very hype right now. They are all converging on
the Celebration
Atlanta.
Bowl. Coming down here.
Yeah, coming here. Everybody's hyped to come and watch Alcorn compete for this is their second SWAC championship that they won in a row, and everybody's excited about that white boy they got coaching. That's what they keep saying. Boy, that white boy we got coaching.
I was just about to say Alcorn State is the only HBCU that I know that has a white head football coach.
And they've won 2 conference titles back to back, which mean, they should have left the white man in charge the whole time. White power.
And it was 3 years ago when the AD and the president of the school came under scrutiny for hiring a white head coach.
People forgot all about that now,
didn't they? Forget it quickly?
They're like, hey, you shouldn't be hiring no white dude at no HBCU. He's won a conference title. See, he all right.
Yeah.
He won another one. See, I told you what we should have did a long time ago. We should have hired him.
They'll be calling him Bill Clinton next.
Exactly.
That'll be his next title, Bill Clinton. December the 19th, the Cure Bowl, Orlando, Florida. Be patient with me. I got to give it to you so you'll know. Albuquerque, New Mexico, the New Mexico Bowl. It will be New Mexico versus Arizona. So did you get all that on December 19th in Albuquerque, New Mexico Bowl?
All right, guys, look.
We'll be hosting New Mexico versus Arizona.
We've got a big opportunity here with this ad campaign. They're giving us a sporting event. It's going to be a bowl game held in New Mexico. We got to come up with a name for the bowl game. Any ideas? Let's call it the Champions Bowl. Hey, no, not that. I don't know. Let's stick a pin in that. We'll come back to it. What about the Iron Classic? I don't know about that. How about the New Mexico Bowl? Hey, New Mexico Bowl. That sounds kind of catchy.
And we're going to get New Mexico to play in the New Mexico Bowl. That's in New Mexico.
That was the new guy's idea. That's when he established himself as a genius. Hey, guys, what if we got New Mexico to play in the New Mexico Bowl? And everybody was like, bravo, bro. He'll be partner in 3 quarters.
December 19th as well, Las Vegas Bowl in Las Vegas, Utah versus BYU, Montgomery, Alabama on the 19th.
Utah versus BYU in Las Vegas.
Hey, man, Brigham Young started both of those schools.
All of the prostitutes are going to be like, man, I am worn out.
It's a polygamous warfare. Maybe they should call it the Polygamy Bowl.
I am worn out. These Utah boys these guys from out west just don't give it a rest, do they?
New Orleans, December the 19th, the New Orleans Bowl, Arkansas State versus Louisiana Tech. Miami, the Miami Potato Bowl. The Miami Beach Bowl. South Florida versus Western Kentucky. Boise, Idaho, the Idaho Potato Bowl. In Boca Raton, Florida on the 22nd of December, the Boca Raton Bowl. Y'all got to stop it. This is what I'm saying. Y'all just are making up stuff now. These aren't real bowls, man. This is, I don't know what this is.
Wait a minute. Have you ever been to Boca Raton?
Yes.
It is a bowl down there, sir. I will assure you of this. I have seen this bowl. It is a legitimate bowl. If they want to play in the bowl in Boca Raton, then they should be able to play in the bowl in Boca Raton.
San Diego on December 23rd, the Poncetta Bowl. Mobile, Alabama, the GoDaddy Bowl. In Nassau, the Bahamas Bowl. In Honolulu, the Hawaii Bowl. In St. Petersburg, the St. Petersburg Bowl. In El Paso, the Sun Bowl. In Dallas, on the 26th, the Heart of Dallas Bowl. In New York, on the 26th.
Who's playing in the Heart of Dallas Bowl?
Heart of Dallas is Southern Miss versus the Washington Huskies.
I knew that. I was just asking because I wanted you to say Southern Miss on the microphone. That's what I wanted you to do.
Shreveport, Louisiana, December 26th, Independence Bowl. Santa Clara, California. The Foster Farms. I don't even know what Foster Farm is, but okay. Annapolis, Maryland, the Military Bowl on the 28th. Detroit, the Quick Lane Bowl. Tucson, Arizona, the Arizona Bowl. Fort Worth, Texas, the Armed Forces Bowl. Orlando, Florida. I thought we had already went to Orlando. Yeah,
it's a big city.
So the Orlando is hosting a bowl on December the 19th called the Cure Bowl, and they're also hosting a bowl on December the 29th called the Russell Athletic Bowl. Houston, Texas, the Texas Bowl. Birmingham, Alabama, the Birmingham Bowl.
Wow.
North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina will be hosting the Belt Bowl on December 30th. Nashville, Tennessee, the Music City Bowl. San Diego on the 30th, the Holiday Bowl. Atlanta, Georgia, 31st of December, the Peach Bowl. Back down in Miami, the Orange Bowl. Arlington, Texas, the Cotton Bowl. Glendale, Arizona, Fiesta. Tampa Bay, Outback, Centris Bowl. God, I almost
San
cursed.
Francisco,
We back-
didn't bowl.
We back in Orlando, Florida once again. Y'all are killing me down here.
Weather trumps everything.
Once again, January 1st, the Centris Bowl. So we got the Cure Bowl, we got the Russell Athletic Bowl, and we got the Centris Bowl, all in Orlando over that 2-week period.
That's all right.
New Orleans, the Sugar Bowl, Jacksonville, the Tax Slayer Bowl. In Memphis, Tennessee, the Liberty Bowl, San Antonio, the Alamo Bowl, Tempe, Arizona, the Cactus Bowl, Glendale, Arizona, the championship playoffs. I mean, and that took the whole segment, and I'm not making this up, and these people need to stop with this 40 bowl games. I know I might have a little old. I'm up in years. I will give you that. But when I left college, it was 18 bowls. Most people could name you about 10 to 12 of them off the hand, because that's the ones that were at the bottom. The only thing they had was these
when
bottom
you left
bowls.
college, there were 18 bowls in 13 states.
No, black men weren't allowed to play in those 13 states.
That's what I'm saying. We wasn't allowed to travel to
It would have took me
17 of those 18 bowls.
It would have took me too long to get there walking.
The only bowl we were allowed to go to was the you Negroes go to this bowl game bowl.
Oh, man, that is bowl season coming up starting December the 19th and running through January the 11th. So you just thought it was over. Women, you thought you had your husband back, but you still owe him another month. Real quickly, the D.C. Jeremy Pruitt left Georgia, went to Alabama. That's only interesting because the Alabama D.C. became the head coach of UGA last week. Georgia Southern's coach Willie Fritz has taken the job down in Tulane. And in breaking news here in Atlanta, which we probably will talk a little bit more about when we come back from break, Robert Kimdiche, Ole Miss defensive lineman, projected to be a top 10 pick in the 2016 draft. Grand Hyatt Buckhead, about 2 miles from where I live, fell out of a hotel window over a rail 15 feet.
I don't know if it was actually fail. I mean, well, I'm saying they say the reports are he broke a window,
yes,
climbed a wall,
yes,
then got to another wall, and then fell 15 feet. You know what that was? That's Sunday night in the A. You know what that was?
And he's an overachiever.
The club closed down. Shouted, we better take them. Shouted them back to the club. Better go back to the hotel. Don't need dad. Shouted, we gonna get that down. We gonna turn up. And he just couldn't handle it. It was too much for him. They went there and he twerked and he like, I can't stand my life no more. I gotta jump out a window. These dabs got me. I done smoked too many dabs.
We'll talk more about Mr. Kimdiche right after this quick break. See if he failed or did he jump.
Watch today's show live on YouTube or download your favorite segments after the show. Just search for the Sports JOC or download our app at thesportsjoc.com.
We're so bad, we know we're good. Blowing your mind like we knew we would. You know we're just strutting for fun, strutting our stuff for everyone. We're not here to start no trouble. We're just here to do the Super Bowl shuffle.
child home safely
Tap your views together 3 times.
is just a click away.
There's no place like home.
But making sure your child is in the right seat is just one of the steps down the road to safer travels.
I don't know how it works.
Find the right seat for your little one's age and size. There's no better way to get home safely. Know for sure that your child is in the right seat.
How can I ever thank you enough?
Get all the facts at safercar.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
I want to be a warm fleece on a
I want
cold
to be
day.
a football
I want to be a
stadium.
bike that races around the country.
I want to be a bench on a forest trail.
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
So I'm a cat, and I just moved in with this new human, and she's got this little toy she's always playing with, all day long. Tap, 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 bloop, bloop. She can't put it down. There it is. Oh, and get this. She even talks to it. Last week she asked it for Chinese, and guess what? Egg rolls showed up. Like magic. Humans have cool toys.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Let me try.
Okay, just remember what I showed you.
Yep. There was a bunny who had one big ear and another big ear. They looped, made a bow, and the bunny hopped away. I did it!
Oh, good job, kiddo. Now let's tie your other shoe.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 1-877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
A ranger station.
I'd like to report a bear hug.
Okay.
I put out my campfire and Smokey Bear hugged me.
So you drowned the fire, you stirred it, drowned it again, and felt that it was cold?
Uh-huh.
Yep, he's just letting you know you did good.
Bear hug from Smokey Bear. Status update.
I'm gonna let you go now. There are many ways to start a fire, but one sure way to put it out. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
I want to be a warm fleece on a cold day.
Football
I want to be a
stadium.
bike that races around the country.
I want to be a bench on a forest trail.
When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
Don't mean it's not the thing or thing to do. Could be just for you. Even if you don't feel it right now, don't mean someday it'll turn you out. You'll be out of sight. You really shouldn't ought to fight.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. Quick note. Earlier we spoke about USC's former head coach Steve Sarkisian basically suing USC, saying that they discriminated against him on his alcoholism. Since 1996, you can no longer get Social Security disability insurance or benefits for alcoholism or drug addiction alone. You can, however, get disability benefits for damage caused by alcohol or drug abuse, such as liver damage, emotional problems, cardiovascular disease, or cancer. But this is true only if you are no longer drinking or abusing drugs, or if your medical condition is so severe that the damage caused by drinking or drugs is irreversible. So that is the answer.
So you say, can I keep getting high or not? Is this what I just want to know? Can I keep getting high? Is that okay? Is
no,
that what
sir.
saying?
If you keep getting high, we cannot give you disability.
Oh, okay.
So you got to pick one.
How much they give for disability? How much disability is again?
I don't know.
I need to.
I guess it's based on different people.
Let me crunch some numbers here, and then I get back to you.
We left talking about Robert Gandy, the defensive tackle, defensive end for Ole Miss. Incident happened yesterday. Fell out of the Grand Hyatt. The story goes that he burst through a window and then over a rail and then fell 15 feet. The police, when they went to his room, they did find a small amount of marijuana.
It was some good weed, though.
In his room. They're not saying that is why or what caused him to jump or fall or however this is going to play out.
Listen, I'm not saying that I'm some sort of chemical expert, but I can guarantee it wasn't the weed. It wasn't the weed. There's no weed in the world that will make you that after you smoke it'll make you go, I'm gonna jump out this window. That's what I'm gonna do. Not this window right next to me. I'm gonna force my way through another window and then climb a wall to get to another wall to jump out a window. That's what I'm gonna do because this weed that good. No.
Robert Gandy, he was on the 4th floor.
See,
multiple cuts, and the investigation is he is in stable condition and conscious. So we hope that he has a speedy recovery. He's only 21 years old, so let's hope that he's from this area of Atlanta, Grayson High School.
Conscious and smart, two different things, ain't they?
The incident happened, what time was it? 11:30.
In the daytime?
No, it was 23. I don't know why they got in such a technical term. 23:18 hours.
Oh yeah, that's 11:30.
Yeah, like I'm in the military. I mean,
that's police talk.
Oh, you know how police talk go?
I hear them a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's basically ear hustling. I'm not in direct conversation with them. It's just, on the ride, I just be listening to the little radio chatter. And, yeah, I pick up something here and there.
Oh, man. Moving on, NBA, the Golden State Warriors finally dropped the game. They were trying to go – they had already made history. They were trying to go undefeated, go to 25-0, but they lost to the Milwaukee Bucks. They say the loss is just going to make them refocus. I guess that means they're going to win 27 in a row or something. But it was a magical ride. The streak stops at 24. First time in NBA history somebody started the season off 24-0. That's a lot of winning there, Big Kenny.
Yeah. But the people at the bottom of the league still millionaires, so I don't feel sorry for any of them really. But right. that is phenomenal. I think that right now I'm kind of interested to see how Steph Curry uses this leverage. I haven't seen him upgrade his profiling. Like, he's not in every shoe commercial. He's not drinking every soda. Mm-hmm. At right now should be the height of his endorsement popularity type campaign.
Right.
And maybe, I don't know if it's his personality that makes him say no, that's okay. But I'd be everywhere.
Yeah, for how he's playing over and he won the championship.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Was the MVP of the league and all of that put together, then to have this phenomenal record-breaking, history-making opening to the season. Somebody get this dude a Walmart commercial at least. You know what I'm saying? Get him something.
Right. All he has I see consistently is his Under Armour shoe, but he doesn't make me want his game, his style. I mean, I see the Under Armour shoe and it doesn't make me want to even get a free pair. It's just okay, Under Armour. I'm sorry, Under Armour. I love other stuff you make, but that shoe doesn't make me when I see it out on the court. And I'm very surprised, really, when I go to a lot of basketball games. They sell better. They don't have anybody on the court that I see them running in something, and I'm thinking, oh, I need to go cop those. And it's very unusual. if it's not a Jordan shoe, the rest of the shoes, and I love sneakers, there is very uninspiring. And if you're looking at the Sports Joc page, that doesn't make me want to rock those right there.
And right now, the president of Under Armour is writing Steph Curry's check and listening to you like $18,400,000. It's just writing checks at LeBron James. Just signed a lifetime deal with Nike.
Yes.
For an undisclosed amount of money.
Yes.
Which means it's mostly meth.
And the thing I wanted to ask you, and I wish the truth was here, I always wanted to know, are y'all interested? Are you interested, and why, in what a ball player is making? Because I've always felt like it was wrong, not because I just played and you're telling my information, but why are you? It's almost like you're throwing this in these people's face. And we already live in a climate where people hate you if you got a better job or a better car or a better looking woman. Now you're just gonna tell the people they gave me $500 million and make me, some of that hate comes to A-Rod. If A-Rod was making $2 million a year, he's just a dude on steroids. But you paying him $25 million a year. How could he be doing steroids? And it's like,
hey, listen, when you pay $200 million a year, you only read the bad comments. You know what I'm saying? The people that are mad are never in your circle. They can't afford to eat in the restaurant where you are to go, hey, there's A-Rod. You know what I mean? So it's just you hear the chatter from afar. But is that some sort of public access to information type stuff? Because what I've always thought was interesting about that is a lot of these guys who go to the NBA, the NFL, come from very humble beginnings where money can cost you your life. And their relatives and loved ones, a lot of them are still in that environment. So you hear that this guy from down the street's cousin just got $85 million. Somebody might get kidnapped tomorrow. And that's what... As
they do in Brazil and places like that. We've had a lot of baseball players have run-ins in the last couple of years.
Exactly.
Of being relatives, usually sisters or brothers, being kidnapped based on that. So I guess when that happens here, we'll finally get around to stop publicizing.
And there have been soccer players and other people who have been killed.
Because I just like
I
like to ride by the lottery board and just see that it's back to $15 million. I don't really like you to shove it in my face that the neighbor won it, because then I got an issue. Why he won't cut his grass, and he need to cut
you can afford to cut your grass. You know you can. I heard you won $37 million.
I like to ride by.
You can cut all our grass.
I just like to ride by and think, hey, somebody came up. And you just keep it moving, but I don't like a name with it.
I like to ride by in my luxury SUV and look up and think, hey, another person in the millionaire club. Think I'll go have breakfast with A-Rod. Someone's always talking about the Sports Joc makes too much money. At least that's what I read.
John Hot Rod Williams, one of the best 6 men ever in the NBA. He passed away from cancer this weekend, age 53. Hot Rod played most of his career for the Cleveland Cavaliers, 13 years in the league, dying from cancer. The NBA went on record to say they're going to start doing better testing for players and in and out of the league, even after they retire. Increase free, go get you a free this and that. I don't know what their collective bargaining agreement is. Sometimes it's not as extensive as the NFL, because you'd be amazed. Places like baseball that will give you the $250 million won't give you health insurance though.
I guess they figure we got $250 million. You can go get your teeth cleaned. But I mean, and then if you look at the NFL with this whole movie Concussion coming out, maybe the NFL was like, hey, we'll give you guys long-term medical care because you're gonna need it.
And former NBA player Jeff Adrian was arrested for stealing a car out of the valet He says that it was a misunderstanding. He thought it was his car, and once he recognized it 6 hours later, he brought it back to the valve.
Because a Range Rover and a Honda really are kind of the same thing if you look close enough.
He was on whatever Robert Kimdiche was on. We'll be back with more of the Sports Joc Show. Our man Leonard James coming up in this next hour.
Download our new podcast after the show at thesportsjoc.com or just search The Sports Joc on YouTube.
How to be a great dad in 15 seconds. Bike ride, go fish, walk in the park, phone call, milkshake, play catch, picnic, fly a kite, tell jokes, laugh, talk, read a story, tell a story, bumper car, swing set, bowling, pillow fight, cut loose, stay tight. Whew. Because the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council. It's 6:42 p.m. Time for Steve Plotto and his son Dylan to do the dishes. They talk about everything from the yuckiness of girls to the awesomeness of his soccer team. Sometimes they don't talk at all. Then, hey! The dreaded splash fight. It's Dad o'clock, and it's the best time of the day. Because the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Let me try.
Okay, just remember what I showed you.
Yep. There was a bunny who had one big ear and another big ear. They looped-a-looped, made a bow, and the bunny hopped away. I did it!
Oh, good job, kiddo. Now let's tie your other shoe.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 1-877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
A ranger station.
I'd like to report a bear hug.
Okay.
I put out my campfire and Smokey Bear hugged me.
So you drowned the fire, you stirred it, drowned it again, and felt that it was cold?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but he's just letting you know you did good.
Bear hug from Smokey Bear. Status update.
I'm gonna let you go now. There are many ways to start a fire, but one sure way to put it out. Learn how you can do your part at SmokeyBear.com.
Sponsored by the U.S. Forest Service, Ad Council, and your state forester.
Hi, I'm Matt Kenseth. You don't have to be a race car driver to know that life can be full of drama. Some of it you can't control, like mechanical issues, high winds, and rain delays. But there's some drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org.
You just need to take that first step and find free classes near you, and leave the drama for the racetrack.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Enough is enough! I have had it! Why so serious? And we hold the world ransom for Wayne Gandy. Excuse me while I whip this out. Show me
Broadcasting live from the Armada FM studios in Atlanta, Georgia. This is the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
You may build me up, yeah, can you build me up, yeah. You won't break me down, I've come so far, yeah, I've come so far, yeah. So just throw in the towel, it's a new day, I'ma do it, yeah, I'm gonna go all the way. You may build me up.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc Wayne Gandy. If you missed the last hour, shame on you. You would have missed Robert Kimdiche jumping out of a hotel, Derrick Henry winning the Heisman, and Big Kenny and his impersonation of a thief in the night. That is his dance name. Coming to a stage near you, as he said. And David Rose, is that the guy named David Rose, the stripper song? We're looking for the Fetty Wap remix coming up later in 2016. A lot of big things coming in 2016. I can't wait to that White Power rally. It's just going to be something special. You know somebody's going to you know, the Black Lives Matter people are going to be out there when they're driving in, and you can see it. Use your imagination. Go to the most horrific imagination that you can, and that's probably what it's going to be. That's the new America. Go as far as you can to horrific and make that the story. That's it right there. Because I was, you know, I went to pick some food up the other night, and somebody brought it to me. I couldn't differentiate, and they froze me because I don't know if it was man or woman, and I felt like I shouldn't have to be put in that position of not knowing whether to say ma'am or sir, but that's the new America. Because I was stuck. I was, you know, because I'm more of a Southern gentleman, so I'm always, regardless of age, if you do something, thank you, man. Thank you, sir. I was just stuck with thank you. I don't know. It was 6'3". So I was, you know, it threw me off, but it had one of those little head thing, hair holding the hair back, so that made me think one thing. And when they handed me the bag, the food, excuse me, they had the purple nail polish, and then the voice came. So I was just all thrown off, and I feel like y'all did me a disservice. I shouldn't have to go to a place and be stuck on who I'm talking to, but, you know, that's the new America that we live in. So I guess I got to get used to it, you know, at least for a couple of more years. No, they did not have breastises. They did not go that far. I couldn't get behind the 6'3" with the headband holding the hair back. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what was underneath the neck. I was just stuck right there. Like, okay, thank you. Give me the food. But up in this hour, in the next segment, we have Mr. Leonard James. He's a golf cartoon kids book writer. I have a couple copies of the books right here. Can't wait to talk to him about what inspired him to write children's books, especially in this day and age. I do like that it's a book and she's not giving me a website. I'm quite sure it's on both, but I like to hold things in my hand. These guys and their thoughts. But I'm more of a paperback book person. I'm not a computer, keep doing this to the screen to make it bigger, and then something pop up that you got to close it. It's like, well, God, dang, what is all this stuff? You know, why is it that every 2 minutes I got to tell you, no, I don't want to buy some jeans. I know I logged on there like 3 months ago, but I didn't even buy nothing then. I was just trying to see where y'all selling it. Why do you keep showing me these different items? I stopped going on now. Y'all done messed up my whole thinking I could peek in on stuff because I don't know how to get you to stop bugging me. Timberland, I was just trying to see. Maybe y'all had them in a 14 before I went up to the store. Now it's you try to Timberland jackets, Timberland belts. No. Close that tab. Just interrupt your whole reading process. See, nothing pops up on this book but the book. You get to sit there, and that's just me. Some of y'all enjoy that stuff. You know, and for me, I'm the lowest level of computer knowledge. So until I learn how to just never let you come in, I guess there is a process where I just block you out totally. I just won't go on your site because you keep popping up trying to sell me stuff. I know y'all laughing at me out there. It's okay. It's all right. I've been laughed at before. Laughed at, you know. It's okay. Y'all all right? Y'all ready? Well, we are back. The funny man himself, Big Kenny, is back in the lab with me. NFL Week 14 is in the book.
Hold on, before we get to the NFL, let's talk about your meat delivery, okay? Talking about you like to hold stuff in your hands. All right. Stuff keep popping up. I bet it do. Sports Joc, you know, it would have really blew your mind if the food would have came and you would have looked and saw the little headband on at 6'3", and it'd have been Robert Griffin III. You know what I'm saying? He even like, you ordered this? We played together. and the voice was the voice a heavy voice, or was it a like a pre-transitional voice?
More like a Brittany Griner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pre-transition.
Yeah, I'm almost there, but I'm not there. I guess he was doing it in reverse because it was a guy.
Right.
I think.
Wow.
But
and the
when he left, I
if
landed
the delivery
on guy.
person's listening right now, the fact that you were confused encourages them. You know what I'm saying? I'm almost there. He couldn't even tell. He couldn't even tell.
NFL Week 14. The conclusion of it will be tonight as the Dolphins of Miami at 5-7, and the Giants of New York at 5-7 will do battle. Both teams, if they won out and some other things happened, they would make the playoffs. They're both playing each other tonight, which means that one of them won't be after tonight.
If they win out and there's peace in Gaza and some other things happen, wow.
So if all that happens, one of these teams, mainly because the Giants play in a terrible division in the NFC East, and probably whoever's 8-8 is going to win that division. They have a little hope. Miami really don't have any hope. They just are still statistically, because they need like 8 teams to lose all their games, and they win all theirs. So I don't know how that works.
Hey, we live in Atlanta. We have no room to criticize. I am not throwing shade on anybody else's city and their NFL team because we building a brand new dome for what we get right here.
Oh man, Thursday night, which that's how the NFL kicks off. Arizona beat Minnesota. Dwight Freeney getting the sack on the last play. I blame that on the offensive coordinator completely. That whole second half, you saw Dwight Freeney beating your left tackle, getting a lot of pressure on Teddy Bridgewater. Why didn't you put a tight end or a running back over there to help out for a second, to help him out in that kind of case? So sometimes, coaches, you have to help the players too, especially once you see, hey, it's just not my blocking this guy. It's okay to send somebody over there to help and get the playoff. Minnesota could not get the playoff. Arizona 23, Minnesota 20. Up in Carolina, the Dab brothers. Everybody's dabbing. We got different pictures of dabbing. Cam Newton doing the long dabs. 18 seconds he stood before he dabbed. I don't know if that's how you do it in the club, waiting on a certain beat, but he did his dab for 18 seconds. His tight end, Greg Olsen, decided he did not want to dab. Big Kenny. The team did a little team dab. The tight end, Greg Olsen. We see Greg Olsen right there. 5, no. It's a frozen picture. Your computer. See, and they laugh at me. See, he having to get that pop-up stuff off his computer too. In this picture, if you saw the game, after the game, the team did a little photo of everybody dabbing. That's the tight end, Greg Olsen. He got hurt late in the third quarter, and his face reads that, man, I got hurt. He didn't want to do the participating dab.
It says when you want to go back to that 7th floor life, but have a wife and kids. What's the 7th floor? Oh, he was at the University of Miami.
He wants to go back to Miami.
Yeah, because everybody's dabbing, and he's...
The other interesting thing about this game at the end, Cam Newton, who now has taken his team, probably win the MVP, he has enough talent to win a Super Bowl, which would make it all the better. But his press conference, Big Kenny, we've seen him up there with some all kinds of gear, some tight capris, some ankle slacks. If you look closely in this picture, the one where he has the sweater and the jeans on, he has like a little rat tail hanging out of his pocket. I don't know if that's his keychain or his roach clip. It's just a rat tail that hooks to the belt.
It looks like more of a foxtail or something like that.
Foxtail.
How big were the rats were you from?
Just some type of tail hanging out. I guess it's not just enough to be 6'5", 250, young and rich. I gotta actually do other stuff.
Look at the suede emblazoned slippers.
Yeah,
are those Versace?
Look like Versace. Yeah, those are Versace, I think. I would say those are Versace. Gold bezel, suede, winter apparel, because that's what goes with that sweater.
Yeah, he looked like
he
looks like he's got your food delivery person on speed dial. Y'all make sure y'all send Twan.
But Atlanta losing big. I would talk about this, but you saw it. It's nothing really to talk about when your team doesn't score. Losing to the Panthers 38-0. We're going to go to break. When we come back, we're going to take a break in the action of the NFL report and talk to our man, Leonard James. He wants to teach kids to read. Whipped Cream Golf Team Kids. Right after this.
Did you miss some of today's show? Watch us live on YouTube, where you can rewind live video and replay your favorite segments. Watch us at thesportsjoc.com.
Believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin' Street? Girlin' Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable, but how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
As I went through school, one giant question loomed over me. What did I want to be? First, I had to decide what I wanted to make. I wanted to make more, so I became a teacher. Now I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia?
Let's do it.
What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year?
Huh.
The answer? 3 out of 4.
75%?
That's
wow.
right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
My name is Charles.
My name is Charles.
One day I had a sudden headache.
I had a headache.
My arm went numb and I felt confused.
My arm went tingly.
I was having a stroke. My wife dialed 911.
I had a stroke on the bus.
Seconds made all the difference. If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911.
Time lost is brain lost.
For more information, visit powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Players Lounge. You've been given full access to the Players Lounge on the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. Yesterday in New York, the Jets
Jets
beating the Tennessee Titans 30-8. Tennessee is definitely putting themselves in line to get the first pick of the draft again. Well, last year they were second, but they're trying to be overachievers and get to the first position. The Jets now are 8-5, still have playoff hopes. Tennessee Titans are 3-10 at this point. Also,
and Tennessee doesn't play like a 3-10 team. They really look like they could be winning or should be winning.
Right.
But it just never happens. They run up some phenomenal numbers. They're always scoring 28 to 35 points minimum, and then somehow manage to lose.
Then they just lose the game at the end. They fired their coach about mid-season, Ken Wisenhunt. Mike Malarkey has been manning the ship, but they're still in their losing ways.
And Ken Wisenhunt's glad. See, I told y'all you should have kept me.
Todd Gurley running wild yesterday, over 140 yards, a touchdown for the St. Louis Rams, beating Detroit 21-14. The Rams are 5-8. The Lions are 4-9. As we went to break, I told you we had the honor and privilege to have Leonard James. He writes cartoon kids books. The one I have in front of me, The Adventures of Whipped Cream Golf Team. It is followed up with a whipped cream golf team for kids. So I would imagine one is for younger readers than the other. Is that correct? Welcome to the show.
Mr. Gandy, thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming on.
Wait. There's a whipped cream golf team for adults?
No, for I guess youth to adult.
Youth to adult. The
Come closer to the mic.
The book you're looking at, the big one, that's
big one right here.
That's the illustrated novel. That's for young adults to adults.
Okay.
And then the kids' books are more, they're shorter stories, and they're a rhyme scheme all the way through. So that's the difference.
Gotcha.
And that age ranges from 7 to 12.
Okay. But can you have a copy of this one, correct?
Yeah. And I'm thinking that right now Jared and Jerry Sandusky are like, how come they didn't have these when I was out? These would have been perfect for me.
Yeah.
Young adults to little kids. Hey, want to come over and read about golf?
What inspired you to, first and foremost, getting to publishing books, writing books?
Well, I always played. I played since I was a kid. My father introduced me to the game when I was a young adult, 13 years old, and but I always had a passion for art.
Mm-hmm.
So I went through high school. Actually, the whole everything that you all talking about prior to golf, I get it. I feel it from an athlete standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
So just having a little bit of background on you before I came on. It's just, first of all, great to see you transition from being an athlete, because we're always taught that once you play one sport, that's pretty much all that person knows.
Mm-hmm.
And just to see you transition, that's I love to see stuff like that, to your radio show. But it's the same with me. I grew up playing a bunch of sports, but golf was the one sport for some reason that I just really gravitated towards after college.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really know what I wanted to do as far as like career. I graduated, but I didn't know what I wanted to do as far as career. And I just went to the driving range, man, and I just started hitting balls. And next thing I know, I was trying to pursue it professionally.
Right.
And I stuck on that grind for about 12 years. I started working at golf clubs because it's expensive. And so I would work at golf clubs to play for free. And then next thing I know, once I realized that, through injuries and then just time, what else do I want to do with my life? And I always had a passion for art, so I figured out how to combine the two, and then how do I inspire the youth?
Did you go to which college did you go to?
I went to Life University in Marietta.
Okay.
Yeah, I played basketball, and then after basketball, I knew I wasn't going. Forget the NBA. I knew I wasn't going overseas anyway. So like I said, my father introduced me to the game as a youngster, and then I figured okay, well let me take golf serious for a change, and that was the perfect time for me to do it. I didn't have any kids or anything, so I was able to just kind of pursue it and just see how far I can take it and how good I can get, how fast I can get, and pretty much that's how I got into golf.
And you got into the kids illustration because one day you were out on the driving range and some hot mother was like, Bobby, I don't know how to help you. And you're like, hey, I could help him. And then she was like, oh my goodness. And you were like, this could be a nice little way to meet women. And so you did a kid's book, and now all the hot mothers come and go, oh, could you help my son? I'll show him how to drive.
Now, are these your drawings?
Yeah, I did the artwork. I did the writing. The kids part is I got asked by a teaching pro, a PGA pro, because the facility that I was pursuing it professionally he saw my work ethic. He knew I had game, even though I wasn't a certified PGA professional. But he was like, "Hey, would you mind helping out with my youth junior golf camps?" And then that's how I, figured out, well, I like art, so how can I teach the game? Not from a standpoint of just, swinging the club, being hands-on with them, but just kind of teaching them through an entertaining way that they're already familiar with, which is books and videos.
Whipped Cream Golf Team. What inspired that?
Okay, so the whole
Saturday night is the Pink Pony.
yeah. So no, but no. What inspired it was, believe it or not, Apple, in a sense, Steve Jobs, because I was a business major in college, and just the whole idea of, okay, what you got to have a hook, you got to have some type of marketing hook, and I don't know if you play golf or not, but when you line up the ball when you're about to make a putt, you try and line it up with either a mark you put on the ball, a straight line to help get the ball started on the right line. If that makes sense. And so I figured out, well, what type of concept could I come up with? I didn't know it was going to be whipped cream out of the gate, but it was just thinking over time, what kind of concept could I come up with that could, because kids like Mohawks, but, they just like Mohawks. So, Whipped Cream Golf Team it just eventually popped in my head.
I can see this marketing meeting right now. Baby, what you think? What you think I ought to call my book? Baby, I don't know. Ooh, Whipped Cream Golf Team. Yeah, that's a nice little concept right there.
And I guess one in your art also, there's a cupcake.
There's a cupcake.
Is that your favorite dessert?
Okay, so again,
that was her name, Cupcake. Is that Big Kenny got it right? That was her name, Cupcake.
No,
coming to the stage.
Totally wrong.
She is chocolate. It's a chocolate cupcake.
Coming to the stage.
They're totally
with
wrong.
Thief in the night and Cupcake.
They're absolutely wrong. No, the story with the cupcake is.
For those that's watching, it's a cupcake right there.
Yeah, that's how they got the Mohawks.
Okay.
So the story is the youngest member on the team, which was Zach. He's the blue golf ball.
Okay.
They were rolling to the first tee, and he lost his balance, and he rolled into a cupcake with vanilla whipped cream on it. So that's the hook That's how they got.
Because everybody knows them blue balls be off balance. You know what I'm saying? They'll keep you off balance when you rolling as a blue ball. It'll keep you off balance. Then you roll into a cupcake, and all of a sudden, all this cream just squirt all over the cupcake.
And now, this is an adult show. I'm hoping. This is an adult show, so we're good.
We're kids. We're senior citizens. We're a lot of things here on the show.
The
name of the golf ball is Zach.
Is Zach. Izzy. That's the only female on the team.
Luke.
And
Van. Any inspiration behind these names?
No, not just at the moment when I was going through the creation process.
Where's Taekwon? Where's Taekwon golf ball? He ain't represented in golf, though, is he?
Maybe
Taekwon ain't represented in golf ball.
He won't take his Timberlands off. He keep coming to the court all wrong, man. You can't.
I apologize.
He be swinging at people with them sticks.
How long has your book been out?
So the kids' books, everything was developed this year because it was a spinoff of the graphic novel. The graphic novel was done first, and then I needed to come up with something where the kids could have a sense of accomplishment, because a 7 to 8, 9-year-old to read a novel is like, in today's society with everybody's attention spans being short, it's a little challenging. So I wanted to just break down the graphic novel, and from the graphic novel I got 3 kids books, and those were completed this year, and then the graphic novels last year.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Big Kenny?
Just fantastic, man. Do you have a website where they could go and check it out?
Yeah, it's whippedcreamgolfteam.com.
So, hey, kids, if you want to learn about grabbing that stick and hitting them balls into the hole, go to... What? It's Whipped Cream Golf. I'm trying to plug the Whipped Cream Golf, gentlemen. It's a kid's book.
Youth to adult.
It's rated G. It's rated G.
Rated G for good times with golf.
It's rated G, man.
Well,
well, I want to ask.
Go ahead.
With the children being 7 to 8, how would they discover that the book is there? Are these for parents who are interested in sort of pushing their children into the Tiger Woods lane, or is it just to get them recreation during the summer?
Hold the answer to that question. We'll go to break. You got time to sit?
Yeah.
Okay,
Definitely.
we're going to go to break. We'll come back. Mr. Leonard James Whipped Cream Golf Team for kids and for young adults. We'll be back right after this with more of the Sports Joc Show.
Listen and watch the Sports Joc Show anywhere at thesportsjoc.com or search the Sports JOC on YouTube.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin' Street? Girl in Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable, but how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
As I went through school, one giant question loomed over me. What did I want to be? First, I had to decide what I wanted to make. I wanted to make more, so I became a teacher. Now I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy, and giving up impossible. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more, teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia?
Let's do it.
What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year? The answer? 3 out of 4.
75%?
That's
Wow.
right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
My name is Charles.
My name is Charles.
One day I had a sudden headache.
I had a headache.
My arm went numb and I felt confused.
My arm went tingly.
I was having a stroke. My wife dialed 911.
I had a stroke on the bus.
Seconds made all the difference. If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911.
Time lost is brain lost.
For more information, visit powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Any way you want it, it's the way you need it. Any way you want it. She loves to laugh, she loves to sing, she does everything.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc Wayne Gandy. We're in the 10 o'clock hour. We're talking NFL football along with our man Leonard James, who is a kids golf cartoon kids book writer. He used to play professionally.
No, I never got to that level, but that was the journey where it allowed me to have experience that I gained and put it into this, package it nicely into this kid's book.
Favorite golfer?
Tiger Woods, y'all.
Okay, Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods.
Gotcha. You still stand by that today, or you threw him under the bus like?
Nah, man. Like put it this way. I started playing in '93 before I knew who he was.
Okay.
So I had my little 4-year run of just knowing, my father, the golfer, and then when he came on the scene, it was just like, whoa, who's this guy? Like, he had that energy that you just wanted to gravitate towards.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
How do you feel about him at this point? Like, you're sad to see him go out this way, or that's just a function of time and how golf goes?
I mean, he's not out yet, but he's not at the peak where he was, when he was making his early run in 2000 of just total domination. But you just can't count him out, though. You can't count him out. He's a champion.
Would you say his issue is mental or a bit more physical?
Physical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're not really, I don't think we really are giving enough credit to his ailments. That he has had knee surgeries and things like that, back surgeries, and
exactly.
I think we only focus in that he's having drama in his his off the course life, and never really, because Tiger had knee surgery. Yeah, that kind of messes up golf.
And those are just the ones you hear about. I mean, he's gonna be 40 this year, or he's 40 something. Maybe he had a birthday already, but he's been playing since he was at least 1 year old. So he's been twerking for 39 years.
And I think this is his second back procedure that he's having. Something tells me that swinging a golf club in your back kind of
for 39 years
goes hands. Yeah. You follow any football team?
My team is the Giants. I'm originally from New York, Long Island. The New York Football Giants is my team, and
Long Island, that is in New York.
That is New York.
Strong Island, son. all up top, B. Smash,
I missed that.
Real up there, B. Smash real. We gonna go over to this little golf joint, son.
How long have you been in the Georgia area?
I've been here since '98. '98. Okay. So real quick, I learned to play golf in Montana.
Okay.
Yeah. So I did a nice little tour of the United States. So I have experience.
Gotcha.
But I've been here since '98.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. But I was raised in Billings, Montana.
How many people tell you look like the Mamba, Kobe Bryant?
I get it.
Kind of look like Kobe to you.
Kobe cousin.
Kobe, he looked like he looked like he could be one of them Bryants.
Yeah, he could be in the family.
Yeah, because I that's who you remind me of, Kobe Bryant.
Do you have a cool golf name like that? The Black something?
No, it was just LJ. LJ.
Just LJ?
James, yeah.
Okay.
LJ, Coach LJ. Yeah.
I thought maybe he had
he's got a black name, but they don't call him that when he's around. It's a joke at the rest of the club.
Oh man, Big Kenny, you had a question when we went to break.
With kids this young, I know that golf is a very specific kind of sport. It has to be something like your father introduced you to it. Generally, children have to be introduced to the game of golf. Some of them sort of stumble upon football, basketball, and other games. How is it that you expose the children, the target demographic, to your books? Is it you get the parents interested first and they turn the kids on to the book? Is it primarily parents who are interested in making their children professional golfers? Who are the people that are most likely to buy your book?
Well, the people that are most likely to buy the book are going to be the parents that their kids are into the game. So it's just another. Because I made the cartoon to be very empowering, very uplifting. So it just gives them content for a sport that they do. Because what I've seen was it was an underserved market. Golf is more of a niche market.
Right.
However, I felt like it was being neglected. There's not enough. There still should be more material for kids that are in the game, that appreciate the game and love the game. It's something for them.
Gotcha. Well, that's good. I will definitely read. I like reading books, and they're short books. So
exactly.
I'll get a kid to help me read because I'm be struggling with some of these words. I see, a big word here.
Since you have
that's the. I'm sorry.
Since you have a couple, you watch football?
I do.
Your football, okay. We'll let you sit in, help us with the Browns and the 49ers. Okay. Opinion of Johnny Manziel. Give me your opinion.
He's young. he's young and he's gonna be a really good player if he just continues to listen to the guys that have been before him. I think he'll be fine.
Well, he was great yesterday. Johnny football winning 24-10. They finally started him after benching him for 2 weeks for being seen in a video holding a champagne bottle. That is the new age of sports where everything you do can get you on the bench. Johnny throwing for a touchdown yesterday. And then for you people out there bashing him for hitting his head against the little pad after he threw an interception, if he didn't show that he was upset, you would be talking about that. So which way do you want it? Because if the quarterbacks that don't show you any emotion, you say they ain't got no fire. The one that it ain't like he threw the tablet at anyone. He just hit his head against it a couple times. Like, I knew I shouldn't have thrown that. That's what because he knew he shouldn't have thrown that ball. I've never played the position, but the number one rule of quarterback is never try to throw the ball in the middle of the field late, because everybody has turned around. The middle of the field is only open when everybody is running to get back to their spot. Throwing it late means that I have turned my shoulders back to see the ball. He knew it. He went to the sideline. I think, as I said before they benched him, it's time to just put him on the field and let him sink or swim. But you can't keep going 1 game, 2 games, and then put him back on the bench. That's the interception right there. He went to the sideline. He was upset. And the next thing, he just can't do this. Well, what can he do then?
The only people really upset. The only people really upset was like the Browns equipment guy. Like, oh my God, he's smashing an iPad. Oh my goodness. we're only 14 weeks into the season. What if we make the playoffs? Oh my God, what are we gonna do?
And show that one again right there. Can you go back to that part? Why is this talked about? Like, he can't. It's no different than going over there and slamming your helmet on the ground. That helmet is just as expensive as that iPad.
Well, maybe it was the whole concussion protocol thing. Everybody was like,
right, it's like
he's gonna hurt himself and he'll have to go out of the game for 8 days. Right. I don't know.
But both of you can agree, Leonard, Big Kenny, that it's like if I don't show you no emotion, he doesn't seem like he's into it.
I like Jay Cutler. Right. Jay Cutler throws an interception and he just goes to the sideline and he stands there like he's surprised that he's even in a game. Wait, we're playing football? Oh man, yeah, my bad. Okay. And everybody's like, Jay Cutler doesn't care.
Exactly.
And then Johnny Manziel cares too much.
Yeah, they act like that's throwing the Gatorade over. Yeah, there is a point where it gets a little far, but sitting there on the bench and thinking, dang, I shouldn't have went back there.
Throwing the Gatorade. So you can bash yourself in the head, but hey, watch that Gatorade now.
But Cleveland did win, going 24-10 over the 49ers. Cleveland is 3-10. 49ers are 4-9, going nowhere fast. It's both of these teams. Down in Tampa, the Saints taking on the Bucks. The Saints prevailing 24-17. The Bucks are 6-7. The Saints are 5-8. And the Saints have played the whole year like this. 1 week they look like the old Saints, and the next week they don't.
They look like the old Saints. 1 week they look like the Saints of old, and the next week they look like the old Saints. Like, wow.
Jameis Winston, as I said, probably the most surprising winning team other than the Panthers is the Tampa Bay Bucks. I feel like going into the season, they would be lucky to get 3-4 wins. They're 6-7, and they look competitive. That's another thing. It's not just the losses. They have lost games where they were actually in it, and I think they have a bright future with Jameis throwing the ball and Lovie Smith as a head coach. Thoughts of Jameis Winston there, and don't say he's young. Leonard. He don't got caught up in the highlights.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at it like
he don't get to see a lot of football out on the golf course.
Exactly. I'm actually very impressed with him.
Right.
To be honest with you, I'm very impressed. With the way how everybody knew him in college, and the things that he went through. But I know you don't want me to tell you he's young, but he's young, man. I mean, you can't deny it. He's young,
He's young.
but he's doing a.
He's younger than Johnny Manziel.
He's doing a phenomenal
preoccupied
job.
with young people, huh? Yeah. you got the kids book. You got the he's young. He's young.
I don't have a record, man. My record is clean. I'm an upstanding citizen of America.
Me and you are only two people that can say that in this studio.
Nerds! Give me your lunch money, nerd.
But thank you for coming in and sharing your book with us.
Make sure everybody out there gets their copy of my books, Whipped Cream Golf Team.
Tell them how they can find it.
They're on Amazon, whippedcreamgolfteam.com.
Amazon, what is that?
Amazon.com.
Amazon.com.
The biggest site in the world, probably.
Really?
Yeah.
He's not very technically
savvy.
savvy.
I heard him earlier.
If
you go to this site on your phone, you'll probably have to close a bunch of pop-ups too. So.
I want to go there then.
Just make sure Big Kenny brings you the books, and then you guys can write me a check or something.
19 VIIIIXVI.
And then if you don't mind, I just want to throw a quick shout out to I signed my first touring pro out of Europe, Maria Palacios. So she's headed to Morocco as we speak. Maria Palacios. She's on the ladies European tour.
Pull up a picture on her. Thank you for coming in and helping us out.
Continued
with the show.
success, sir.
Thank you, guys.
Whipped Cream Golf Team. We'll be back. More Sports Joc Show right after this quick break.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin' Street? Girlin' Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Happy birthday, dear Smokey.
Happy birthday, Smokey Bear. The great outdoors and everyone in it thanks you for 70 years of wildfire prevention. For safety tips, visit smokeybear.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state foresters, and the Ad Council.
My name is Charles. My name is Charles.
One day I had a sudden headache.
I had a headache.
My arm went numb and I felt confused.
My arm went tingly.
I was having a stroke. My wife dialed 911.
I had a stroke on the bus.
Seconds made all the difference. If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911.
Time lost is brain lost.
For more information, visit powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
You don't usually get a stock tip from a 16-year-old, but I'm here to tell you about a different kind of stock. It's called Better Futures, a stock for social change that's not about making money. Instead, you invest to help students like me go to college, which ends up making the future better for all of us. My name is Alicia, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
This is Nnamdi Asamoah. I play football for the Philadelphia Eagles, but what I do off the field with United Way might be more important. I'm a volunteer tutor and mentor. Why? Because over 1 million kids a year drop out of school, and that's not okay. It takes 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes about the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be me, or it could be you. Studies show that if we get to these kids earlier, their chances are better, and kids who read well by 3rd grade are more likely to graduate. So join me in United Way. Suit up and take the pledge. Become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor, because when a child succeeds, we all succeed. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Take the pledge at unitedway.org. Brought to you by United Way, the Ad Council, and the National Football League.
to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. Once again, we'd like to thank golf cartoon kids book writer Bernard James for stopping in the studio. Whipped Cream Golf Team, Amazon.com. Pick up a copy. Get your kids. It doesn't matter whether it's golf or anything. Anything to make them read helps. So don't look at it as, oh, it's for golf. It's a book for reading for kids. Try that out. See how it happens. Up in Philly, Buffalo invading Philadelphia in the cheese steaks, losing 23-20. Biggest storyline in this was all week. LaShawn McCoy talking about how he wasn't going to shake Chip Kelly's hand and blah, 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 blah. And I kept thinking, and so what? I've played for other coaches, and after the game, never felt like I needed to go shake their hand or didn't. The head coaches and players are not always buddies. And I don't even know why LaShawn needed to tell people, yeah, I'm not going to go shake his hand. Okay, then don't shake his hand. Big Kenny, I mean, I don't know why that's a story.
The only reason people say stuff like that is because there's somebody out there that goes, ooh. and then they mention it to somebody. Did you hear what he said? If he came up and was like, I'm not going to shake Chip Kelly's hand, and everybody was like, and bruh, so we was at the restaurant, and then they came over and just went back to their regular lives, right. Then they'd stop making statements like that.
And I figured y'all were not buddies. Yeah. With how you left. You called him racist and a whole lot of things. So I'm figuring that wasn't in your plans to be buddy, chum with a guy that you seem like you didn't necessarily like when you were there as a player. Just funny that how people are. Colin Kaepernick, not Colin Kaepernick, Cam Newton. I just wanted everybody to know the dab. Can I have picture 7, Big Kenny? One of my boys sent me this. It lets people know what dabbing is.
What is dabbing?
If you can read it from there. I can't see it from this.
What is dabbing? Dabbing is a new method of taking marijuana. It involves highly concentrated preparations of cannabis, also known as dabs or butane hash oil, in parentheses, BHO. Dabs are made by extracting the active ingredient THC from cannabis using butane as the solvent. The butane is purged at the end of the process, ideally leaving no traces of the final product. Dabs have a hard, wax-like appearance, which has led it to receive other names such as shatter, wax, or butter. The strongest dabs are reported to contain 70 to 90% pure THC. However, a 2010 analysis of samples confiscated in the U.S. suggests that the average dab contains 20 to 25% THC. In comparison, the strongest cannabis strains usually hover at just under 30% THC.
Just thought I would send that out to all you parents. So when your 5-year-old dab, you'll have an idea. Because some people, I guarantee you, if they knew this, they wouldn't be publicizing it and sending the crowd. I swear, because
I'm very upset to learn that it's only 20 to 25% THC. This has really got me. I thought we were smoking the good stuff when we dabbed, but it's only 20. Hey, false advertising. If he can sue for being an alcoholic, I can sue for not getting all the THC out of my dab.
But I just know a lot of parents, and even the NFL, which they might know and just hope nobody finds out, that's what that move is for.
Wait a minute. I'm sure the NFL knows.
That's what I said. They're just hoping that the fans don't make a noise about it. Remember, the NFL knows a lot of things.
Yeah.
And they only admit when you complain. The concussion is not a new thing. They were just waiting on you to decide, hey, it's a lot of people losing their memory. Oh, yeah, you know what? We do need a better protocol.
The first time Cam Newton did it, they were like, and Cam Newton does the dab, and somebody was like, hey, that's a weed reference. And they were like, yeah, it's cool, but nobody said anything. So just stay calm.
Pittsburgh going to Cincinnati, getting them some chili spaghetti. If you've never been to Cincinnati, they take chili, put it on top of spaghetti noodles, and serve it up. It's very popular in that city. What's not popular is Andy Dalton hurting his thumb early in the game. They don't know when he's going to come back. There's been reports that he's done for the year. If you didn't know, the Cincinnati Bengals are 10-3 now. They went into this game 10-2, really in control of having a first-round bye. At 10-3, I feel like they're still safe to make the playoffs. But without their sheriff back there throwing the ball, and Andy Dalton,
the Red Rocket,
is in jeopardy now. The Steelers now are 8-5. They beat the Bengals 33-20. William Gay, the cornerback for the Steelers, he didn't dab, but he did get him a pick six in this game. Big Kenny, and he's dancing right there. If you're watching the Sports Joc page after the pick six, he danced so long, every ref threw a flag on the field. And he just would not stop dancing. And I guess he figured, well, it's still just that same 15 yards. It ain't like, it's not like more flags mean more yards. But it is unsportsmanlike at a certain point to keep dancing. He's doing all kinds of stuff.
That awkward moment when your cousin that is not used to going places get out, you know what I'm saying? And y'all have a few drinks and they turn some music on and he just real excited and he show out at your corporate Christmas party. That's what that was.
He just kept going, figuring, hey, you threw the flag anyway. I might as well get the most out of it at that point. Jacksonville 51, the Colts 16. The Colts had a little life possibly of winning their division. That division also is not good. Colts in it. Tennessee, just not a good conference. But Jacksonville standing up and winning 51-16 against a Andrew Luck-less team. Matt Hasselbeck.
Jacksonville scored 51.
Yeah, 51 points in this game. Out in Kansas City, a couple of miles away from Gates Barbecue, the Kansas City Chiefs 10. San Diego 3. If you didn't know, the Chargers right now are one of the top 2 or 3 losingest teams in the league. They're 3-10. The Chiefs are 8-5 and still in the playoff hunt. The Chargers all season have just not been able to score. I don't know whether it's the offense or just the players. Even when I watch games that they're in, they don't seem to have a lot of try in them. They missing what I just simply call just try to tackle the guy. They don't seem to have any of that in them when they play. I would like to use words like aggressive, but they are all the way down to just try to get somebody on the ground.
The reason they don't try harder is because the check's still cash. I guarantee you if they went to the bank one Monday after a losing game and they were like, I'm sorry, sir, the funds aren't available, they'd be like, what?
We'll try to pay you.
They'll call the home office like, hey, my check, and they're like, yeah, we trying. And I guarantee you the next Sunday they'd be a Super Bowl caliber team.
Chad Johnson, real quickly. Let's show Chad Johnson.
Ocho Cinco.
Remember Ocho Cinco? Ocho has.
Of course, I remember him, man.
He has dapped out him a environmental car. He's going green in a sense, I guess, but he went black in this picture. He has tricked it out. Spent about $25 grand updating. Went with a matte black finish.
When you going broke and going green at the same time, you know.
He has a matte black finish on a Fiat? A smart car. Because, that's what smart cars need, a matte black finish. I mean, how much is a smart car? Is a smart car even worth, is it? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He put $25 grand into a $20,000 car.
Which may explain some of the other decisions he's made in his life. which may help you put all of that into perspective.
Certain things like that does help you figure out why.
You're like, okay, now I understand all the rest of that. It takes time, for things to manifest themselves. It takes some time for you to understand.
Because you couldn't never put your finger on it of why. Now you're getting even more evidence out of the league and almost 40, and you're pimping out Fiats. And you're saying you're going green. I wonder what the paint did to the ozone layer. Like, doesn't it do something to all the aerosol and whatever it is to do all that to that car?
Yeah.
Making rims and things like that, emission tests. You're doing a whole lot you're making up for what you was trying to get out of the environment by driving the car, by putting it in a situation like that. But that is Chad Johnson.
But what he got, what he wanted and needed most, which was attention. So
yes, there you go.
It was well worth the money in his mind.
The number one thing on his list is attention. I would go with you on that, Big Kenny. The Oakland Raiders taking on the Denver Broncos. Peyton Manning still on the sideline, still not back on in a uniform. They did say he practiced a little bit, but the quarterback that they have put in the game has done a nice job, Brock Osweiler, to keep the Broncos afloat and still have hopes of making the playoffs. The Raiders 15, Denver 12. Your man Jarrett yesterday, Big Kenny, text saying he's losing his voice to throw at this game and why the Raiders making this call. It's the Raiders. That's all I didn't even respond because I was thinking, duh, it's the Raiders. The Raiders don't do that's what they do. Things that mystify you, that you be sitting there like, man, I could have sworn the other 5 million games they did this to get 2 yards. The Raiders, I don't know. You think highly of a team that doesn't think highly of itself, I would say, Jared. That's what I would tell you. And it's hard to, if something doesn't think highly of itself, how do you think highly?
He's waiting to call in. He's sitting there on his phone just letting it ring and ring and ring and ring.
But I thought you said you lost your voice. So why did you want to call in? See, lies.
With his raspy voice. Hey guys, what's going on today?
We'll be back. More of the Sports Joc Show right after this.
Watch today's show live on YouTube and download your favorite segments after the show. Just watch for the Sports JOC or download the app at thesportsjoc.com.
Hi, this is John Ondrasik of Five for Fighting, here for RAD, the entertainment industry's voice for road safety. Style is a personal thing, and your lifestyle is your business. But if you take it on the road, it becomes everybody's business. So please, plan ahead, designate before you celebrate. Friends, don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but as you grew up, things changed. Teaching just didn't seem like the best option anymore, so you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Interesting and innovative things are happening in teaching today, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
My name is Charles. My name is Charles.
One day I had a sudden headache.
I had a headache.
My arm went numb and I felt confused.
My arm went tingly.
I was having a stroke. My wife dialed 911.
I had a stroke on the bus.
Seconds made all the difference. If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911.
Time lost is brain lost.
For more information, visit powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
So you see, son, good manners are very, very important. Someday, many years from now, when you're a grown-up, you'll be a man. And when you are, you should be a gentleman. Do you want me to go through it one more time?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, and excuse me. Sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If a door's shut, then knock first. Don't burp, don't swear, don't speak with your mouth full, don't reach across people's plates, keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
And don't interrupt. While we're at it, don't stare, don't use foul language, don't call people names, but do remember people's names. Always share your toys, play nice, and cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give up your seat to anyone who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you'd like to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
And stop picking your nose.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But spending just 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier and could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. That's 2min2x.org. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
Enough is enough! I have had it!
Why so serious?
And we hold the world ransom for...
Wayne Gandy.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Show me.
Broadcasting live from the Armada FM studios in Atlanta, Georgia. This is the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
You may build me up, yeah, can you build me up, yeah. You won't break me down, I've come too far, yeah, I've come too far, yeah. So just throw in the towel, it's a new day, I'ma do it, yeah, I'm gonna go all the way. You may build me up.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. We will be here to the noon hour here, Atlanta, Georgia, East Coast time. It is 11 o'clock. We are 2 hours in, an hour to go. Mr. Leonard James just stepped off the children's book, Amazon.com, Whipped Cream Golf Team. Get a chance, go on and purchase it. We were almost finished with the NFL report. Last couple of games, Cowboys losing to Green Bay 28-7 yesterday. Washington keeping their playoffs hopes against the Bears 24-21. Chicago's quarterback, Jay Cutler, his wife, Kristen Cavallari, I think is how you say it. They found her brother, Michael, dead over in Utah. He had been missing for a couple of weeks. Michael Cavallari. They had found his car at one point, and I think they found him. I don't have all the particulars, but I do know her brother, I think his younger brother, was found dead. She's married to Jay Cutler, the quarterback of the Chicago Bears. 79-year-old John Madden, for you people that live under a rock, and you never knew, the Madden game is named after John Madden. Be very surprised when I tell that to people. They had never put two and two together. That's why they call it history. For you people that think you don't need to know no history, there's some things you need to know about history so you can put the puzzle together. But I've always been surprised. John Madden? Yeah, it's John Madden. That's who they named it after. That's why he's so popular. He was a coach, won a Super Bowl. Let's figure out what John, he didn't just run his mouth up in the booth. He did some other things to get up there. So John Madden had open heart surgery. 79 years old. Open heart surgery goes along with 79. It's like, like ribs and beans. It's a good combo. Yeah, you don't walk in the office at 79 and the doctor says, one of your arteries is clogged. Oh yeah, okay, that's good news then, doc. I thought I was figuring half of it was clogged. You just one, okay. So 79 years old, John Madden. And the Seahawks lost their top running back, and it wasn't Marshawn Lynch. Marshawn Lynch hasn't played in about 4 games. Their top runner, Thomas Rawls, the rookie, broke his ankle, I want to say, and he is out for the rest of the year. Even when Marshawn was playing this season, Thomas was the leading rusher on this team. The Seahawks, who won yesterday as well, beating the Ravens, have won 4 in a row. They're starting to look like what we thought they may look like. Seems like that Sierra curse has disappeared, and they are back to their winning ways and looking like, okay, it's almost playoffs. We have another chance to try to run for a Super Bowl. Especially really the 3 teams, or I would say in the NFC, is Panthers, Carolina Panthers, Arizona Cardinals, and the Seattle Seahawks, because something happened to Green Bay. I don't know what has happened, but they don't seem to be able to do the things they used to do offensively right now. So all that, and I bring my man back, my partner in crime. As we said today, he is the thief in the night, coming to stage 1, satellite stage 1, because we just had a light flash changeover. If you ever want to know how they know to change, it's the lights. The light coloring tells them when the last song and all that. It's not you being drunk or high in there.
I was about to say, wait, they changed?
That's their rotation cue. They do it with the lights.
I got to start looking at faces. Because I thought it was the same broad, just with different lighting. You know what I mean? You mean that was a white woman? Because I never look up. I'm sorry. Combine that with the drugs and alcohol, and you just wow.
Oh man!
Now I got to go back. You know?
Let me make sure I got all these games. Yes, we covered everybody except our man New England. The Patriots went to Texas. Played the Houston Texans. The Patriots are 11-2. It's funny how Tom Brady gets Rob Gronkowski back, and we can find the end zone again. 27-6 over the Texans. Gronk making big plays. He had been out with a knee injury. You couldn't tell by how he was playing yesterday. I think him and Adrian Peterson may be going to the same doctor because he was rumbling and stumbling and making plays. And
stumbling.
You can tell Tom Brady just needs one guy that he actually knows, like Vic Kenny say, to mix in with the four guys he don't know. He just needs one guy that he does know. And Rob Gronkowski, he definitely knows him and quickly to find him and get in the ball. So good to see you back out there, Gronk. And the Patriots are now 11-2, and I think one more win and they're clinch a bye in the AFC. One quick note, I forgot about the Browns wide receiver Brian Hartline. He broke his collarbone, so he is out for the rest of the year. And Antonio Brown, Big Kenny. Last week we showed you him doing that celebration where he ran into the goal post and slid down it.
Grab it, yeah.
Roger Goodell in the NFL sent him a little notice and said that we will need $11,576 for that incident.
And he said, "Y'all pay me $14 million a year. I'm rich, Jack." And he didn't care, and he said, "I'm a jump and grab another white one."
We are in the movie entertainment birthday part of our show. Some quick notes for you, concert music people. Duran Duran will be here in Atlanta in March. Bruce Springsteen will be here in Atlanta in February.
And look how excited the mediocre producer got. Like, the boss, yeah, Springsteen.
Madonna will be here in Atlanta in January.
She ain't going to be performing. She just going to be here.
No,
she going to be over there by the varsity just hanging out with some of the homeless people.
And last week, during, if you don't remember, in the Paris debacle, over there, U2 was supposed to have a concert that weekend. They canceled it, had it 2 weeks later, which was this past week. They put the band that was in that concert hall, Eagles of Death Metal. They joined U2 on stage in an impromptu moment to just kind of say, hey, we're trying to heal and move on. I thought that was very classy of U2, Bono and the guys. Bono's daughter is on a show called The Nick, plays a character on there. She's a like sex type addict or something on there, which I was surprised that he let her take that role. She's a nurse, but she's an addict as well.
I mean, because really, who is it? A nurse and an addict. I mean, aren't we all?
Birthdays last week. Nicki Minaj, 33. Amir Khan, 29. Phillip Rivers of the Chargers, 24. And all of you stand on your feet for these next couple of people because they've lived long enough that your kids' know their name. Dick Van Dyke, 90 years old. Bob Barker, 92 years old.
Pimp.
And Michael Douglas' dad, Kirk Douglas, had his 99th birthday.
Pimp.
This past week. So that's a lot of years right there. The C90 is just it's like a unicorn. Just to imagine to live the 90s.
And
really, let's be real.
They reached Kirk Douglas for comment, and he said, "Because he's so old."
Dick Butkus, 73. Raven Simone, 30. Matt Forte of the Bears, 30 as well. Deion Waiters of the Oklahoma City Thunder, 24. Roy Hibbert of the Lakers, 29. Morris Day and Sheila E. Those are two different people. They both turned 58. Most Def, 42. Golfer Ricky Fowler, 27. Nicholas Baton, 27. Rob Ryan, which means Rex Ryan, since they are twin for you people that haven't put that puzzle together. I know some of y'all have no clue.
Hold on. You mean that the Madden game is named after John Madden and them two coaches that look exactly alike are twins? My mind had been blown, cuz. My mind had been blown.
And they had the nerve when I was looking it up. They only had a picture of Rex.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. One of them named Rex. The other one is named Rob, and both they lad named Rob. I get it now.
They both turned 53. Taylor Swift.
Because they twins. They turned the same age at the same time. Man, I got all this now, cuz. I got all this.
Taylor Swift, 26, and Jamie Foxx, 48.
Didn't Taylor Swift have another birthday in November?
It does seem like
she had like a birthday every month.
And Dwight Howard, who had a big party down in Houston with T.I. performing and MJG, and I had all kind of people that he probably grew up. When you got that kind of money, you just invite everybody to the stage. Had his 30th birthday, Dwight Howard, and his 29th kid. We'll be back for the Sports Joc Show right after this.
Download our new podcast after the show at thesportsjoc.com or just search The Sports Joc on YouTube.
Hi, this is John Ondrasik of Five for Fighting, here for RAD, the entertainment industry's voice for road safety. You know, style is a personal thing, and your lifestyle is your business. But if you take it on the road, it becomes everybody's business. So please, plan ahead, designate before you celebrate. Friends, don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but as you grew up, things changed. Teaching just didn't seem like the best option anymore, so you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Interesting and innovative things are happening in teaching today, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
My name is Charles. My name is Charles.
One day I had a sudden headache.
I had a headache.
My arm went numb and I felt confused.
My arm went tingly.
I was having a stroke. My wife dialed 911.
I had a stroke on the bus.
Seconds made all the difference. If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911.
Time lost is brain lost.
For more information, visit powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
So you see, son, good manners are very, very important. Someday, many years from now, when you're a grown-up, you'll be a man. And when you are, you should be a gentleman. Do you want me to go through it one more time?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, and excuse me. Sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If a door's shut, then knock first. Don't burp, don't swear, don't speak with your mouth full, don't reach across people's plates, keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
And don't interrupt. While we're at it, don't stare, don't use foul language, don't call people names, but do remember people's names. Always share your toys, play nice, and cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give up your seat to anyone who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you'd like to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
And stop picking your nose.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But spending just 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier and could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. That's 2min2x.org. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
In the red zone.
Your touch, baby.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. New heavyweight champ Tyson Fury is losing his belt. He has been stripped by the IBF for not taking a fight that they want him to take. He went and re-signed to fight Vladimir Klitschko, and they said they wanted him to fight the number 2 contender that they had under their watch. So he is no longer WBO, WBA, IBF champ. He's just the WBO, WBA champ. Yeah, there's more than one championship belt, people. Yeah. That's why they say undefeated, undisputed. When they use the word undisputed, they're telling you that person has all the belts in that class. So for the last 7 years until Vladimir Klitschko lost, he had 3 belts. His brother had the other 2, but they made a pact before they started boxing that they would never fight each other. And the little particulars of this game. So you was never going to have a unified champion because they, for the longest, had the belts. But now he's going to give, because Klitschko had in his contract that if I lost, you have to give me a rematch. But the IBF, which is the International Boxing Federation, said you had to give their belt back. But the World Boxing Association and the World Boxing Organization said you can keep those belts. Replay that, you'll get it.
Yeah, we still place bets, right? I understand about all of these governing bodies. I don't want to step in anybody's toes, you understand, but I've got $6,000 on Klitschko. Which one? Which Klitschko is it now? Is it the one that's going to win us $6,000? Okay.
You have to know, man. That's why the guy, when you come to he has all kind of belts draped on him. It's because these are different governing bodies, and they all have their own little rules.
I thought he was just fashionable.
Roy Jones Jr. Got knocked out, 4th round. Roy Jones Jr. is 46 years old, if you don't remember. At one time, he was the pound-for-pound heavyweight. Well, cruiserweight and light heavyweight champion. It was one time there for about a 10-year span that Roy could not be touched or hit. To me, his career went down the toilet when he started talking about he was going to play basketball at noon and have a boxing match at 10 p.m. Can you remember he was talking about that? Yeah. He would play in a basketball game right there. If you're watching the Sports Joc page, he went to sleep. I would imagine, just like I say with football is not for everybody. I don't think boxing is for a person who has too many things going on, like Roy Jones Jr. I think you have to be, just like I said with Ronda Rousey and her knockout. Certain sports take all your attention. You can't be shooting commercials and being in movies and keeping that spirit of what makes you a champion. I think Roy Jones, if you ever notice, he was in Matrix. Y'all forgot Roy Jones had a little bit part in the Matrix. I think it was the second Matrix he was in it. With
Matrix Reloaded.
Reloaded or something. He's announcing half the time and all that, but right there he's taking that uppercut and then that right to the go to sleep.
When he's getting punched, he looked like he's thinking, "Man, now I remember why I retired."
That is, and then he just laid out. But that is Roy Jones Jr. Roy Jones Jr. also
must go to sleep.
Filed for Russian citizenship. Is that correct?
It was granted.
Granted Russian citizenship. I don't know what that actually means for him. But
that he ain't got to listen to people in the United States going, "You got knocked out."
Except that he might get free vodka. Free vodka. But you waited to 48 to decide you figure out a way around the tax rules. So let's go the Russia, because you know how much Russia like black people and things like that. Because that's what's high on their list.
I must own one of those. I will buy one. Putin has 3. I will buy one.
That is him in
His
the picture.
Russian dream, every man own black man.
Is that Putin in the picture right there?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's like the governor.
Oh, the governor, but that is Roy Jones.
The governor, I have first bid on him. I have first bid for I'm governor. I bring him in. I own him now.
Never really ever had a thought of where, I don't know, even if you had asked me, where would you like to have some citizenship? I don't even see Russia ever becoming on the list. Not deep down on the list. I'm talking about like never on the list at all. Like as a place that I would like to gain some citizenship. I might as well just go down to Colombia or somewhere. I mean, and right in, I don't understand Roy, but maybe it's the hits to the head. It could be all those hits to the head that maybe he don't think he in Russia. What do you think,
Roy? This is not Kremlin. This is Magic City. It is Magic City, Roy. You must trust. You must trust.
These are the kind of moves that if you're his children or his wife, you can use this as evidence to be able to get rights over him. You know, that he needs to have a watchdog because he smiling like he is actually doing something in that picture of getting his citizenship. That is probably the funniest part, how big his smile is.
In his mind, he getting a degree. Like, I graduated, mama, from Russia University.
Oh man, Mike Vick came under scrutiny last week. People felt like he should not have been allowed to talk at the Pennsylvania State Capitol. Mike was talking about helping pass legislation to protect cats and dogs from being left in hot cars. He was really he did a speech up there. I must tell you, I was teammates with Mike Vick. Mike Vick, regardless of what you think, loves dogs. Did he take a breed and supposedly have an organization fighting? Yes. But I've seen this man, he loves dogs just like you. He sits there and they lick him in the face, and there's 12 of them in the back of Suburban, and it's like, Mike, where are you going with all these dogs? He got all kind of dogs. He, like a lot of people, just kind of saw the pit bull as, you know, he more of the guy, you know. Put him in the ring. He was built to be put in the ring. You know, you don't take Cocker Spaniels and put them in the ring. But I think we all see the image of the bulldog has always been, you know, come on over here if you want to and get some of this, you know. He debows other dogs when he walks down the street. Like, you know, Rottweilers walk on the other side like, man, he always playing rough, man. Every time I walk by him, he see me over here using the bathroom, man, relax, man, I ain't even come here to fight. You want to fight all the time.
Shut up, nerd.
Always want to fight, man. We just going for a walk today. You know that. Can't you see him in the house with a couple of dogs, a pit bull? He probably telling them all what to do. Hey, man, I'll bite you. You know how I get down. You saw me bite Master, didn't you? Remember the other day? Like, I act like I was just having fun with him, and I took a swipe.
Who go run and go get me some kibble?
But I just was saying, because people act like Mike Vick does, like, I know it's like a lot of things. People can do wrong things. But in this case, Mike Vick did something that was wrong. There's no mistaking about that. But he does like animals. That's why, as part of his sentence there for a while, they wouldn't let him have a dog. Because if you knew him, he likes dogs. You go to his house, it's like a breeding, it's like 8 or 9 dog bowls. It's like, God dang, what do y'all just spend all day mixing? Talking about a half a cup of this with a half a cup of that, and this one over here can't gum this kind, so you buy different brands? What is all this for some dogs? What's with all the dogs in the car? Can't even get in the car.
He was taking them all to abandon them at the same time. Just drive him out to the woods, and we all raced back to the car.
And you see, as soon as they lifted the ban, he went and got a dog. He loves dogs now. I mean, he just was using a certain breed to get down, and, you know, it's always a bad man. Hey, you know, you need to fight.
So
you take your son in there.
They were just telling us half the story while the pit bull was being tortured out back in the pen. They were like, 8 other dog breeds looking out the window like, poor Spike. Look at him. He happened to be the one that fights. And then Mike would go in the house and kiss them all in the mouth and go, guys, Spike went on vacation. Spike's no longer with us. And they would all go,
oh, man.
Throw them in the Suburban and they'd ride around town together.
But that is Mike Vick. And I thought you would probably want him to do things like this. I don't know. I thought that would be encouraging that, he's taking the steps to try to use even his notoriety, good or bad, to draw attention to.
Mike Vick speaking for dogs is like Ike Turner speaking for battered women. I just want to say, sometimes you got to go upside a broad head.
But what's the number one thing that people do? They go find people who made mistakes in that same area, and they make them the counselor. They want a person who has reformed from drug to be a counselor more than me, because I'm sitting there telling you, I don't know about that euphoric high. And you're sitting there explaining to me how you was behind Pluto on some. Even when I'm sitting here and y'all go to talking about how this and that, I'm lost.
Now, I just want to say,
I know what pounds are, but when y'all be talking about, half an 8 ball, what is an 8 ball?
If any of you have ever experienced the craving for pure cocaine, then let me know where you can get some from, because I'm a little low, and we got a party coming up. It's Christmas time.
Big Kitty mad that it's only 20%
THC. You don't even know the letters.
We'll be back.
HMT. Got to get that right in the trap.
Welcome to today's lottery drawing. And today's winning numbers are not yours, not yours, and another number that's not yours. And the final number is not yours.
When it comes to having money, don't rely on luck. Brew your own coffee at home instead of buying that latte. Brown bag it to work instead of ordering it. Go to feedthepig.org for more free ideas on how to save. Feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
You're struggling with your mortgage. You think about it all the time.
What are we going to do if we lose the house?
It's time to stop thinking and start dialing. Call 1-888-995-HOPE for a free government program that offers expert one-on-one advice about your mortgage options. We've helped over 1 million homeowners, and we want to help you. Call 1-888-995-HOPE or visit makinghomeaffordable.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.
In 50 feet, turn left. Why are you driving so slowly?
After a few drinks, I'm taking it slow.
Well, you're not fooling the cop behind you.
What?
Get ready to pay in 0.1 miles.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm David Oyelowo, and I will not be news today. I will not merchandise my success with a variety of easy-to-pronounce products and services like David Oyelowo's olive oils, Oyelowo's royal oleo, or even Oyelowo's yellow oboes. No, I will not be trending today because there is a much bigger story that needs to be heard.
Ebola still needs our attention. Follow the response, recovery, and rebuilding at trendonthis.org. Brought to you by USAID, International Medical Corps, and the Ad Council.
It's time for the scoreboard, where we put a spin on life and sports and how they intermingle on the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. Major League Baseball, as you know, they're handing out a lot of money. A lot of signees, over 150, over 200 million. They also, last week, didn't pass a rule, but they encouraged all of their 30 teams to extend the net another 70 feet. On both sides. It's been in recent history a lot of cases of people now trying to sue that the baseball hit them and blah, blah, blah. And I'm one of those people who've always believed, keep your head on a swivel. Also, when you get to your seat and you realize where you at and your reaction time is no longer that. Don't take your 80-year-old grandmother and sit her down in the wrong place.
And then give her 4 38-ounce beaters to further complicate her motor skills and her hand-eye coordination.
But I don't know. I have to ask when we talk to Todd Harris, our scout for the Dodgers, can they mandate that, or is that a stadium-by-stadium thing? But they have encouraged them down the foul line, 70 feet. That's basically all. If you add that to where the net already is, so that basically the whole size of the diamond will be all the way to the outfield. Another 70 feet on both sides. What is that, 22
well, if
yards?
If it'll keep one grandma from getting a concussion, I think it's worth it.
Well, I'm saying, a lot of people like catching the ball. One of the most thrilling.
I thought you were going to say a lot of people like watching old people get concussions.
No. One of the most highlights of moments when you go to a ballpark is when the ball is hit. Everybody likes to try to get the ball, or everybody claps when somebody catches the ball clean or something like that. So,
but now you see people dropping their babies and falling over onto the field and.
But isn't that more
fighting.
of a function that you came out here in this kind of like you were going to a movie way? You're on your cell phone, you let your wife distract you, and first of all, why is there a 1-year-old here? Like, why are you at the baseball with the baby in that chest harness thing? First of all, it lets me know
need to get out of the house, not just you.
It lets me know that you're not really manly, walking around with the baby chest apparel.
We all need to get out of the house.
It's a reason why because I see on the lady the other day, she had one of those, I guess you can buy the stroller where you can twist the seat which way you want, so you can have the baby facing you, you can have the baby facing kind of halfway to you, or you can have the baby facing away from you. And after 100 years of parents really not wanting to see their kid, that's why they take them on a walk. That's why they had them up there. You can't really see what they're doing. I'm trying to get a break, but still be around you. They came up with a new contraption, so now you can take the seat and instead of the baby facing away from you and you're not being able to see it, spin it and see her kind of half.
Now you can ignore your child from a side view. Is that what you're saying? now you can just.
DraftKings and FanDuel have formally been booted out of New York. We talked about this about a month ago, that New York and the Attorney General up there, Eric Snyderman, said that DraftKings and FanDuel are betting sites and not gaming sites. FanDuel and DraftKings are countersuing, saying that no, their game is a game of skill and not for betting. But for right now, the two biggest companies that account for 95% of fantasy sports market have been banned from the big state of New York.
Lawyers for DraftKings and FanDuel will reach for comment, and they said, "Hey, we'll see how this turns out, okay? keep playing with us, Mr. Nice Guy up there, okay?"
Oh, man. Jason Haywood, just quick note, 8-year, $180 million up with the Cubs. Left Atlanta, went up to St. Louis for a year, found his game, got away from the strip clubs. That's I figure. Went somewhere where you could focus. You can't do a lot of focusing here especially if you're from here. You need to get another focus. You went up to St. Louis, ain't nothing really going on. Now you're finding your game. Take your $180 million to Chicago and get stuck up.
I mean, because if you're in Atlanta, the only focus you have, the only hope you have of helping you not focus on the strip club, the only place you could go is heaven, I'd imagine. Anywhere here on earth in Atlanta, it's everywhere.
Jared Fogle, the ex-pitch man for Subway. You remember Jared Fogle? He was found guilty.
He's writing a kid's book.
His partner in crime, Russell Taylor, the guy that produced the porns involving the 12 children. Yes, Russell Taylor. He was sentenced to 27 years last week. Taylor is 44. Taylor, before the sentencing, begged the judge not to send him away for life. He was begging that he didn't want to be a lost soul that rotted in jail. I think that goes along with child porn. I don't know if I think that's how people, you filming 12-year-olds kind of goes with rotting forever. But he got 27 years. The prosecutor asked for 35 years. They said he will be eligible for release when he's 65. He's 44 now. Big Kenny should have been life.
I think he should have got the death penalty personally.
Yes, I'm kind of. I'm kind of down there with you. Yeah, I mean,
any crime, especially sexual crimes against children.
Yeah, because you soliciting and all kinds of stuff, and you're producing and shooting the movie, so you're doing the whole. You're finding these demon men to sleep with the 12-year-olds because 15 was too old for Jerry. He liked them younger than that. He would ask the 18-year-old prostitutes that he would find, did they have younger? Y'all didn't read that part of the story with the Subway veggie man. He was that sick that 18. How old are you? I'm 18. Okay, you're due for the night. You wouldn't have a younger sister, would you? What? Those kind of people.
Yeah, yeah, I got one, mister, but she's taking a nap right now.
But the guy that used to run his foundation, and he was getting all his video from Russell Taylor.
And Sandusky trapped him with a foundation. Jared's got some. I ain't sending my child to summer camp.
What'd he say?
I wasn't even gonna ask.
Oh man, I guess it's going good. We still under the radar.
The Wayne Gandy Foundation. The only scandal will be they found the children eating pulled pork sandwiches with French fries. The caloric intake of these infants was through the roof. With supersized sodas.
Oh, one thing I did not get to discuss during the movie segment, I did go see Creed. People had told me to go see it, that it was gonna change my life. It didn't. It was entertaining. I gave it a C+. It was a C+. Everybody told me that it was a B+. It should be Oscar worthy. I didn't see Oscar worthy at all. The Creed, the movie.
I didn't see Oscar worthy. I was over in the back. I just had my hands up.
Oscar worthy. They said it was Oscar worthy. I didn't see that in it. It was a good movie. I like when he, it was a part in there where he's like, you have to forgive your dad or something. And I thought that was a very powerful moment because that is how you get over. You have to forgive those people so you can take charge of your life. And I think that was the moving part to me in the movie.
You know that you have to forgive him. It's just your dad, and sometimes he's going to hit you, and they come back, and then you, hey, Adrian, rock, you got to get it, Mick, you've been dead for years.
But it was well written, and it was a nice spin on I think everybody thought it was so great because the last three Rockies were so terrible. But I'm a big Clubber Lang fan. When he told Rocky he was gonna take his woman.
Bad boy, your woman ain't never been with a real man. Bad boy, you gonna get some of it, bad boy. I'm gonna get you in the ring. I'm gonna do something to you.
But Creed, go check it out. If you got some time this afternoon. Well, tonight. The Giants taking on the Dolphins. Yeah, that's a good time right there.
Look, now my whole schedule's screwed.
We're going to go to break. When we come back, got a couple of people in trouble with the law, been convicted of some crimes. That and much more on the Sports Joc Show in just a second. We'll be back. Independence Day. Y'all know they're coming out with another Independence Day? Really? We lost our independence again? How did the aliens come back? So what, some aliens stayed? I thought we killed all of them the first time. We'll talk about that and much more when we come back from break.
Did you miss some of today's show? Watch us live on YouTube where you can rewind live video and replay your favorite segments. Watch us at thesportsjoc.com.
Welcome to today's lottery drawing. And today's winning numbers are not yours, not yours, and another number that's not yours. And the final number is not yours.
When it comes to having money, don't rely on luck. Brew your own coffee at home instead of buying that latte. Brown bag it to work instead of ordering it. Go to feedthepig.org for more free ideas on how to save. Feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
You're struggling with your mortgage. You think about it all the time.
What are we going to do if we lose the house?
It's time to stop thinking and start dialing. Call 1-888-995-HOPE for a free government program that offers expert one-on-one advice about your mortgage options. We've helped over 1 million homeowners, and we want to help you. Call 1-888-995-HOPE or visit makinghomeaffordable.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.
In 50 feet, turn left. Why are you driving so slowly?
After a few drinks, I'm taking it slow.
Well, you're not fooling the cop behind you.
What?
Get ready to pay in 0.1 miles.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm David Oyelowo, and I will not be news today. I will not merchandise my success with a variety of easy-to-pronounce products and services like David Oyelowo's olive oils, Oyelowo's royal oleo, or even Oyelowo's yellow oboes. No, I will not be trending today because there is a much bigger story that needs to be heard.
Ebola still needs our attention. Follow the response, recovery, and rebuilding at trendonthis.org. Brought to you by USAID, International Medical Corps, and the Ad Council.
Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. Just had a quick workout, quick knockout. Y'all see that? Working the heavy bag all day long. Somebody who didn't have a quick workout was Conor McGregor. It didn't take long at all. Missy Elliott would have called him a 1 minute man. But in this situation, it was just 13 seconds. 13-second knockout to win the championship over Jose Aldo. That's it, Big Kenny. Fight's over. I know you had bought a big, large popcorn and a Coke, but that was it. So I guess everybody had turned to watching some reruns of The Leftovers or something.
You know you got.
Oh, did you see that right there when he called it?
You know you got knocked out hard when Roy Jones Jr. was like, dang, he got knocked out. I mean, I know I got knocked out, but I'm saying he got knocked out.
Conor McGregor quickly dispatching
13 seconds, which means that once again the art of pay-per-view is in danger.
Yes.
People are through paying $100 or more to watch fights that are going to last 13 seconds.
And other than the savagery of these kind of fights, the quickness of them. I remember I went up to, I think it's called Cowboys up in Kennesaw, and you can't move. Once the fight starts, you have to stay like a horse in blinders. If you reach down to grab your keys, all you're going to hear is, ooh, and then, remember, you're in the Cowboy. Ain't no replay. It ain't no big board up there where you go get to look at it. All you do is see some lips hanging and bleeding on the floor. You missed it. You can't take your girl because she might ask you a question.
All you see is lips hanging and blood on the floor, and that's table number 3. Place called Cowboy.
So that's what you're saying, Big Kenny, is true. One of the biggest drawbacks, if not the biggest, is the quickness that can happen in these fights. It's not a lot of times, even when we talk about Ronda Rousey, it was a minute into the second round. The first round was only like 4 or 5 minutes. So that means all that traveling, all that things you did, all that money and things spent to get there is over in 13 seconds.
They're going to have to start
It
lowering
took you
the
longer,
price.
13 seconds to order it.
That's what I'm saying. They're going to have to start lowering the price of these fights.
Yeah, I can see that.
There's no way that you can. Well, I mean, these are supposed to be the top.
Yes, top 2 people.
2 people in the sport, and it's lasting 13 seconds. So, I think the price will have to come down.
Yes, the guy that's getting knocked out had the belt for a long time,
and
10 years.
For the listeners that didn't understand that comment, the mediocre producer thought he said something when he said, "How about a better matchup?" That was his lifetime knowledge of fighting in that one statement. And he thought he had set it off. He was looking for approval, and we were like, "Yeah, those were the 2." And he was like, "Oh, never mind."
So, if you watch, even if I'm looking at the pictures here of Conor McGregor after the fight, now that's if you take this picture and put it next to when we were talking about Floyd Mayweather fight, I can see why he ended up at the club partying. He was only in the ring for 13 seconds. Floyd and the guy that he fought went 12 full rounds and didn't look like they fought. This guy didn't fight. Think about it. Okay, it's 13 seconds. Ding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's over. That's that's how it went. And that's what I'm saying. Like Big Kenny's saying, you don't spend $100 or whatever for pay-per-view,
and not to mention the money you spend on premium liquor and drugs for the party. You know what I mean? And look at the chicks in the background. Connor, I'm gonna have your baby. I love you. You can do whatever you want to me. Irish whiskey is king.
Oh. Man, out in Oklahoma City, police officer Daniel Holtzclaw, 29 years old, found guilty of sex crimes against 8 women. They deemed him a serial rapist with a badge. He victimized 13 women. The jurors tried to give him 263 years. Basically, he would pull women over. He's a police officer. And at least on 13 occasions, he sexually assaulted. Now, they didn't say to what degree this sexual assault was, but he sexually assaulted 13 women. They was able to prove 8 of the cases. The last case was a 50-year-old grandmother who went to the authorities to tell. I'm telling this, I haven't figured out what college. He did play college football.
It ranged from...
And that's why I'm reporting. He was a college football player. He's 29 years old. I haven't figured out what college. If you can dig that up. And it even said that he played like a year in the NFL. I don't know the name offhand, Daniel Holtzclaw. or what team, but it did say he was a college football player. He's white, and I don't like to talk color. He's white and Japanese. All his victims were black women.
And he said they were black because if it were ever brought to light, he didn't think that they would trust the word of the black females.
Yes.
And the crimes range from touching through the clothes to actually rape.
Right.
That's
what I said. It varied of sexual assault. That's why I always played maybe a year for the Chiefs, or at least mini camp. He went to Eastern Michigan. He was a linebacker. He's 29. That's what I was trying to think in recent history. I don't remember the name, which means that he would have been a rookie in 2008, sometime like that. That's even if he had made the team. But he did play college football. He was a linebacker, and now he's a convicted rapist. They haven't sentenced him yet, but the jurors recommended 263 years. So even 10% of that is 26 years.
The jury recommended 263 years, and the inmates were like, "It ain't gonna take that long." Just give her a couple weeks. We'll have him out here be tuned up in a couple weeks. We can put him back out on the street. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna be no harm to nobody after he leave here.
Sex will never be on his mind again.
And he cried when the sentence was handed down. He cried. Listen, for anybody facing time, and I hope you make better life decisions and don't face time in prison, but we all know it's going to be a tough road. If you cry when you get sentenced, it gets a lot tougher because they air those news clips in jail, and everybody's like, "Oh, he's a crier." I like it when they scream. You know what I mean? So everybody, look at him. He's weeping. He's weeping
in the photo.
And he's so sad.
If you're looking at the Sports Joc page, he's in the back, and he's in the middle right there. You can't really see his face. He's bent over. There he is, and I can imagine, and I can tell you that
he's practicing that back and forth motion too. Look, he's already getting that together. Like, I'm gonna be needing to use this.
And I will tell you this, and part of that is that if he had enough ability to make a college football team on scholarship and play football and experience a certain celebrated life. Even as at Eastern Michigan, he was still somebody at Eastern Michigan campus. And to be sitting there and see life is over. For all those opportunities I had, I have given my life up off a stupid idea that, I raped some black women because, they ain't going to tell. And I'm like, they the first one to tell everything.
Girl, you know what?
They might not tell the police, but they gonna tell somebody, and somebody might tell somebody. But I don't know where you got that notion from, that the black woman, she'll tell you about yourself.
Well, he was saying that they wouldn't be believed.
Oh, okay. I thought he was saying they wouldn't.
Because they had drug charges or they were found with drugs on them.
Okay.
So
there we go.
It was a pattern that he used to get them to do what he thought that they would do without telling. But
I'm so glad you added that in, because I didn't get the part where he thought black women weren't gonna say nothing. That's almost. You ever heard of something like that?
No. And it was probably just mostly touching through the clothes, because if he wasn't bringing it right, black women be like, "I know you ain't pulled me over for that. What? You better put that little thing away and write me a ticket, whatever."
But we are in the ocean. Put that little thing away.
He will throw your ass in the ocean. It's time to wrap things up on the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
When you hear the sounds of the ocean, it gives the Sports Joc just a minute to vent. One of my former teammates with the St. Louis Rams, you've heard the name, the great out of Nebraska, Lawrence Phillips, already serving 31 years in prison. Back in April, killing his cellmate, or allegedly killing his cellmate. Went to pretrial last week. He asked the judge, don't let me wear prison clothing to court because the jurors may find me guilty. I was figuring, since you were the only person in the cell when I got there and the cell was locked, and you were already doing 31 years for assault. I don't know if a fresh Armani suit will change the juror's mind. It's just me. I've never been to court, but something tells me I got enough things to see life in prison. Maybe you just want to wear a suit because it's going to be the last time you're going to be able to wear a suit until your grave. But for that, Lawrence Phillip,
walk the plank.
I cannot believe, LP, I used to be in the huddle with you, man. What up, Big G? What up, LP? How you doing? Time for real. For Big Kitty, my producers, enjoy your Monday. Peace.